physical. It's time to talk some this and more. We gonna talk about it all. DVD, CD, UHD, VHS, books, Blu-ray. Who knows, maybe you'll even see a laser disc today. So let's get physical. We wanna talk some physical media. Movies and TV, music and more. Come check out what we have in store. This is a media house dream. It's time for some physical media on FanZcene.
I know it was like really popular because it like won some Oscars and whatever, but
Jimmy does that.
It's got the Mighty Ducks guy. It's got that guy.
No! Yes, but no! He's not the Mighty Ducks guy! It's Emilio Estevez! For the Brand! You can never have enough physical media. Hello.
Hello. It is the superior format. Yes. Bring it in, everybody. Bring it in. Yes. Welcome back to the Physical Media Show here on FanZcene, my fellow followers. With me tonight, as always, is Tom, who's here week in and week in. Thank you. Yes, give him a round of applause. He's here week in and week out with me every Wednesday. And then we have Rookie, who's never here.
Hey, for 2026, I'm like here, a good 10% of what I was last year. So, it's off to a good start.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
The crowd goes wild.
Yes.
So, Rook, how's things at Subway?
Well, the new guy is doing better. I mean, if he was like bad, I'd have to like also be training him tonight. But he's good enough to be on some solo shifts already. He's catching on really quick, so I am hanging out tonick. So
that'd be the guy that quits on you within a week.
I hope not. He actually seemed eager because he used to work for Subway, and he's like back at Subway. He's like, "Oh boy, I'm back at Subway." So it's like, okay, cool.
He used to work at Subway, but now he's back, and you're wondering how he catches on so quickly.
Subway's
like when I say used to, like 10 years ago. Subway 10 years ago. So,
I still remember those commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Those were even before Jared. Subway's the place where fresh is the taste.
I remember
Subway bakes my bread up fresh when it's my way. The club combo seafood is the best way, my way.
He remembers it. I'm impressed. I am impressed.
And then there's the other one too. There's another one that's like, I don't want no burger. I don't want something with a grease machine. I want a fresh and delicious sandwiches like the sandwiches that serve at Subway. I don't want no greasy chicken.
The crowd is with you tonight so far. Don't fuck this up.
Yet he's never seen The Godfather.
I have seen The Godfather.
Fuck no.
I have seen The Godfather.
Okay. All right. Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick.
I think that was a pick one time I did.
So tell me, your thought on the movie, but you're thinking it's overrated.
No, it's pretty good.
Okay, thank God.
Okay. I can't believe it. But we have FKHC 2005. Yes, we have FKHC 2005. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Hell, Brian Barth. Glad to see you. Yes, it is very cold, and we actually got a winter storm headed our way. We're supposed to get over 8 inches of snow this weekend. So, yippee.
Yuck. We got a bunch of it all week, so you can have it.
Yeah,
over 9,000.
What's up, Heather?
Maybe you didn't know, but we have white privilege.
Yeah. Plenty to go around.
I forgot. Has that ever come out on Blu-ray yet? That movie? It hasn't come out yet? Son of a bitch. I thought
Paramount's holding it. No, they're holding it off, man.
That's bullshit. I remember that.
For some reason, that's one of the ones they have not. I don't think they've done the SpongeBob one yet either. Some of the exclusive ones, they just have not. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Beavis and Butthead.
Now, like the Pet Cemetery one they did, and a couple other ones, which makes no sense. It's like, some they have, but some they haven't. Now, Beavis and Butthead would make sense.
Yeah, you would think it would, especially that one.
And I thought it was going to get it because they released Beavis and Butthead Do America finally on Blu-ray like 2 years ago, or a year ago. Yep. I thought, okay, so now they're probably going to release the new one with it. No, or right around after it or whatever. But yeah, no.
That's some
And
bullshit.
Do America definitely needs a new scan.
Yeah.
My God, does that look like shit?
It's crazy. Paramount.
Anyway.
Oh, yes. What's up, John the Beagle Dad? Glad to see you out there with us tonight. What's up, Movie Homicide, Physical Media Forever? Yes, sir. It is the superior format now and forever.
I do not, for one, think that the problem was that the band was down. I think that the problem may have been that there was a Stonehenge monument on the stage that was in danger of being crushed by a dwarf.
Sorry, that was just an accident.
I was like, what?
Once it starts playing, it was like, fucking.
Gotta let it go. It's like in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. If he lays into you, best just let him finish.
Yeah, just let him finish, Clark.
Just let him finish. He ain't never seen a set on a dog like this. Anyways, how are you, Tim Hayes? Glad to see you as well out there.
You stop feeding from the table. Oh, no. I think he got in your garbage.
Yeah, he got it up.
Yeah, he's got a chicken bone.
What's up, Double Fat? Howdy, glad to see you as well. Cheers to you, Dalton. BA90, glad to see you out there. Let's see, who do we have here? We have evening to you, Tyrell72. Live long and prosper as always. Hell Dragonzilla, glad to see you out there tonight. What's up, Cowabunga dude? Glad to see you. I wonder if they'll bring that joke back for Scary Movie 6. We'll see if it's good. But yeah, there we go. I think we're all cut up. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, all that good things. And I'm glad to have you with us on the show tonight. What do we have for upcoming releases?
Funnily enough, a movie you just brought on, as we predicted.
Yes. It pissed me off too, because I finally broke open my Blu-ray and watched it. And guess what? We will be getting Bulletproof, starring Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans on 4K. From Kino Lorber, by the way, which I hope they put special features on it because the Blu-ray has none, absolutely none. I would like to hear some stories behind it.
It'd be nice if they could get the director in there, to do a commentary maybe, but Kino usually doesn't go much out of their way.
Yeah, they don't do much, but I wish they would. What's up, Rick? Glad to see you as well back out in the chat.
Good I like how there's a space, like there's a today's between it, and then it's like, hey, what's up, Tom and Greg and Rook.
Yes.
I read it like it's a. Oh yeah, he's here. I guess I gotta acknowledge him and Rook.
And we got some new Criterion announcements, including Life of Brian and Point Blank. The other ones I wasn't too familiar with. But...
I should watch Jeff Who Lives at Home, so that'd be a fun one to see.
Because Jeff, yeah. I know there was Life of Brian, and what was that? There was the one, a quick Gross Point.
Point Blank,
Point Blank. Sorry,
which is one I brought on last year, I think.
Yeah, with Lee Marvin or something.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't remember the other Criterion ones. I don't.
Yeah, they were ones that I hadn't heard of, or So sorry, guys. I didn't know those.
But what else do we have? I don't think there was a whole lot, was there?
No, not really.
So I'm looking real quick to see if I see any. The Cat. That's a British one.
We got Looney Tunes Volume 2, I think, but that I think was already announced.
Yeah.
The Vault. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow week. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as new stuff I'm seeing here. Yeah, stuff I've even heard of anyway.
I'm seeing Little Miss Sunshine is supposedly getting a 4K release.
Now, was that one that was in that extensive box set, or is that a different company I'm thinking of?
I think it might be a different company because it says Little Miss Sunshine 4K restored by the Walt Disney Studios using a new 4K
that's right. Fox owns that one.
Scan of the original negative from Roundabout Entertainment. Yeah. So there's that. So I'm looking through all these. Like most of these we've covered already, and some of them have already got releases, and some of them I haven't. Here's one from Kino. I think we missed Euphoria, starring Cindy Williams, Harry Dean Stanton, and Fred Ward, is coming to 4K from Kino Lorber on March 10th. I don't think I've ever heard of that movie. I may have to check that one out. Sounds interesting. It's about seeing UFOs. Convinced. It's almost like that movie that just came out with him, whatever her name is, Bologna or whatever. That's what it almost sounds like. Okay. Yeah, that's. Believe that is it. I believe that is it. I'm looking. I'm just. Did we get this one? Kurt Douglas and Anthony Quinn, The Last Train from Gun Hill, is coming to Blu-ray.
No,
from Paramount on March 31st.
For some reason, I thought Shout announced one. I didn't know where I was going. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. I'm not seeing. There's rumors of finally of a 4K of Armageddon coming, but that's just rumor at the moment.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Gilda and the Singleton trilogy are announced by Criterion. Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. Well. Oh,
I didn't almost man out back, FanZcene. There you go.
I didn't
Finally.
I was looking for things. I wasn't paying attention to you.
Okay, I know. I had to wait like 5 minutes.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
But I haven't been around in a while, so you don't need to pay attention. It's fine.
Yeah, I try not to really.
I know.
Much like Rook, you and Rook, just out of sight, out of mind. So
this is why us young fellers need to stick together.
Exactly. That's why when we're on here, we're really annoying. You know, it's fun. Did you hear me singing before, Runner? Yeah.
Have I heard you sing?
Yeah, there's a few minutes ago.
Yeah, you're singing subway music.
You sing.
I'll do it again. I don't want. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna do that again.
I'm working on it, Bryant. Working on it. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say right now.
I'll watch the replay and I'll give you a letter grade on your singing later.
Thanks. Probably gonna be around S. Probably.
Maybe.
Well, this is Full House tonight. I'm John Stamos.
I don't want to be Joey. That's anyone else. Anyone else, and I think I'll be okay.
All right, let's. Now that my joke bombed,
cut it out.
Cut it out. Who wants to go first here? Runner, I got 3. Tom's got 3. How many you got?
I got 3.
All right, since you just came in and you want to talk, you're first.
Go, go ninja, go ninja, go.
Oh God, what should I say first? Well, I don't have anything related to that. You know what? I guess I'll show this. This is a recent. Well, I got this like a while ago. I feel like at Barnes and Noble, and I don't know if any of you brought this on, but I watched
last week.
You brought this on my. Oh, that's so funny.
One of the worst movies ever transferred to 4K.
Well, I'll say this. This was my first time watching it in general. So
the movie, I'm talking about the special effects. Let me be clear about this.
Oh God.
Yeah, the CGI is so fucking wretched in this movie. I was like, I'm not even sure they should have made a 4K. This is one of the few times you'll ever hear me say that.
Here's the thing, like all the practical shots, like there's things.
Yeah, some stuff looks great in it.
Some of it's pretty good, sure.
Yeah, some of it's pretty good. I didn't care so much about like the whole CGI thing where Spawn like gets his mask or whatever, and then his face is just like, you know, it's his normal like burned face the whole time. I thought like, I know why they did that for, you know, filmmaking reasons, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was much cooler when he had the actual like Spawn face, you know.
Yeah,
and I thought they should have kept that most of the time. I was kind of disappointed by that, but fucking John Leguizamo as the fat clown was pretty good. I got a good Violator. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, like he was like the better part of the movie, I think. But when he turns into that fucking monster, I'm just like, oh God.
See, I'm trying to. Did he turn into a weird dragon thing, or am I like tripping out on some other movie?
That's what he's supposed to. That's what he actually looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he actually looks like, and then he like changes.
I'm not the Defiler.
Yeah,
Or the whatever dozen names he comes up with. I am the Violator. And then he turns into the monster thing. Yeah.
yeah, because it's like most of this movie, I'm like, you know what, this isn't too bad. And then you get to the part where he goes to hell, and I'm like, am I watching Mortal Kombat Annihilation? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
I feel like
it
that's
gets
an
that
insult.
bad
I feel like
at
that's
some
an
points.
I feel like that's an
It
insult
does
to
get-
Annihilation because this sequence was weird in Spawn.
I would rewatch this over and over Annihilation. There's actually like redeeming qualities to this.
And
Well,
I was referring specifically to the hell sequence.
It's funny you brought it up because, like, I said it last week. This is one of the few times I would make this a candidate to go back and redo all the special effects because you can do them for next to nothing now.
I agree.
Like, and that's the problem with doing this in 4K is like a good 60 to 70% of the movie isn't even from the negative because of all the CGI that's done in it.
Plus, like,
That's part of the problem.
as I'm watching this movie, I'm also thinking like they couldn't just build a set and call it hell.
Well,
like why
CGI was coming on strong at that time, so they're like, "Look what we can do with CGI in the '90s, guys."
but I mean, Bill and Ted, they went to hell, like, in a
Different
comedy
filmmakers.
movie.
Twice.
Yeah,
I mean,
In 2 and 3.
yeah.
Different
But I
filmmakers,
mean-
different aesthetics.
Well, those were like practical sets, though. It wasn't like CGI.
I think that it's clearly like an idea of like what Greg said. They're like, oh, let's spend all this money on CGI.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I think even ILM is listed as one of the effects groups on this movie.
I
too,
think so. Yeah.
which is wretched. It's like, oh my god, you guys really fucking phoned this in. This is bad.
Well, but it's like you can do what's weird about it is you can do different things with it to still, I don't know, like because again, like Mortal Kombat's known for bad CGI in general, but like the like little hell place that Scorpion goes like takes Johnny to for a sec, it's like that's a
In the
better
first movie.
like that's an okay version of like what hell could be, like a little
no, that's supposed
sort
to
of example, you know.
You know what's funny about that is I couldn't make it to the show last week because my friend invited me last minute to see a 35 millimeter screening of Mortal Kombat.
Okay, like
And-
why?
It's a 35 millimeter print, dude.
I guess I don't know the significance of why that would be why you want to
You're
see
a
it.
filmmaker, Rook.
Welcome to the Cinema Sideshow with Rook.
You need to go to start over at Film 101, my friend.
Rookie, I really want to support you, unlike these guys, but times like these, you make it really hard for me. Man.
Dude's like, fuck you. Like, just
You got to
throwing
turn
you
it
under the
against
bus.
me, Rook. Save yourself, hurry.
No, I'm just gonna let it continue.
we love you, but
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
man, Shavitz.
Oh.
Okay, do you,
But yeah,
you
I-
realize there is a difference between film and video, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess
Okay,
I'm just. I guess
okay.
to me, it's like I'm just like, well, like
Now-
the difference I'm saying is like, so if they're gonna play the extended versions of Lord of the Rings in theaters, like you want to try to see those, but like I'm gonna miss the 35 millimeter of Mortal Kombat. I'm like, I don't know.
Big
Kick him the
difference
fuck
between-
out.
Well, okay,
Now I
yeah.
understand. Now he done pissed me off. Like, he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I know. There's a big difference between the Lord of the Rings that you're seeing in the theaters. They're not film prints.
No, they're not.
You're
They're
not
digital.
seeing the film print. You're
In
seeing
fact, they're the new
digital
4K
of the film.
versions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're seeing.
If
film
anything,
print.
the
Yeah.
35 millimeter prints of those movies are probably better than
Mhm.
the.
Well, okay,
Maybe,
it's
I don't know.
debatable. It depends on, okay. Now, say I saw Jaws in IMAX. That's from the 4K master. It looks pretty good. Now, if I'd have got to see that in a 35 millimeter print, chances are all the prints of that exist still are in such rough fucking shape that it probably would look like shit. Even if it was from a re-release print down the road, it would still probably look like shit. Now, Mortal Kombat's new enough that if somebody had a really good 35 millimeter print, it's going to look pretty good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Depending on the
Okay,
cinema you
okay.
see it in, when the 4K remaster comes out, they will probably do a theatrical re-release of that movie. I'm willing to bet. That seems to be how they're paying for a lot of these 4K remasters. It seems
Yeah.
like, and we'll get into that when we get to
Yeah.
yours, Greg. But like, That will be a debatable on if that looks better than a 35 millimeter, depending on where you're seeing it and their projector and the quality of it, and it's going to be a debatable thing.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
in most cases, like if to see a 35 millimeter print is still going to look better than most digital cinemas, because most digital cinemas are already 20 years old, so they're still showing shit in like older quality or lesser quality, or there's even the rumor where they turn down the light to where it's not so bright so they can save a little bit on electricity. I've heard those stories before too, and all that business.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I since they've switched to digital, I don't think movies look as good as they used to. That's just my personal opinion.
They don't.
I'd say in general, or they seem to be like more generalized sort of filter or something on a lot of stuff. But yeah.
Not saying that going to see Lord of the Rings in the theaters, which is out like right now, it wouldn't be awesome to see and it'd be fun, but there's like a big difference between a 35 millimeter print or 70 millimeter print or even a 16 millimeter print or something, you know, because back in the day when they in theaters, they would actually spool up a reel and you would watch film. That's why they're films.
Yeah.
Right?
No, like here's the thing, Rook. I don't know if you have any like theaters near you that present things in 35 millimeter, but if you do, and
probably
like,
not.
Probably if they ever do, I've never heard of them mentioning anything. And we like AMC and
AMC doesn't do
AMC. Yeah.
I mean, AMC and occasion, depending on the film.
I think there's only like 30 or 40 theaters in the country that are still equipped to show film.
Yeah.
In my knowledge, I could be wrong, but like
that
last
I mean,
knew, something like that.
Like there's still a decent amount of theaters, like in Chicago, for instance, that still show 35 millimeter prints. Like that's where those are the types of theaters I go to a lot with like my friends. And like if you ever have that type of experience, Rook, like it's a drastic difference.
Okay, I guess that's partially why I mentioned. I mean,
are you going to get more scratches and pops and all that kind of stuff? Yes.
Yeah, but I like that.
But the aesthetic of it is way different.
Like you know, you'll see like there'll be like frames where you'll see like a burn hole or whatever they call that. What's that called?
So that was a burn. Yeah, that was literally where they would. No, what that was is back in the day. That was so the projectionist, he would literally take a cigarette and burn a hole in X. I can't remember how many frames it is before the reel changed, so they knew when to switch on the next reel. Because a lot of times they'd actually have two different projectors going reel, and then later on they had like the big plates where they could just spool up all the reels onto one. And a lot of theaters had those after a while, but like. Yeah, so back in the day, they would literally burn them with this, and that's why it looks like that. It's like this is literally just a cigarette hole burn. They put in the film just so they know, okay, that's where I got to flip on the next projector.
Yeah, no, like anytime I see a 35 millimeter print of like something, it's like that's always there.
And that's also a thing.
But I like that. I like that aesthetic to it.
Yeah, and me too. I do like the pops and scratches and everything. But that's also like the thing with like seeing a print of a digital thing is like there's an art form to it. Yes. You have to have somebody who is equipped and knows how to spoil it up and change the reel and make sure it all plays smoothly to where you don't notice it. It's like a whole.
Yeah, I know. I've seen Cinema Paradiso. I've seen it. I know.
I was gonna say that actually used to be a career. Right, like there actually used to be guys where that was their job, and you had to be well knowledged on this shit.
Yeah, it sounded like it was a pretty kind of dangerous, high alert kind of job too, or like things can catch fire easily enough, or tear, or get ruined.
Not as much as they used to back when they used to use nitrate, but like, I mean, you'd still have film burn up on you, but not like that, like it used to. No.
Yeah.
And at most, you're gonna ruin a reel, and that's about it. Yeah.
So I guess like for me though, like so you guys get from my experience from a lot of things. I guess I haven't seen certain things from points of like, well, this was the like crappy version, and then now we get to see it on like the cleared up version or something, or the original ones in general with a lot of things. It's like I don't know. I can't think of any on top of my head where I saw like a difference in a movie necessarily. I'd have to really think about that. To like remember an old version of something and then like see a better version or a cleared up version or something. Other than maybe a few ones where that we had VHS and I don't know. I can't think of any where there's like a huge difference. on top of my head.
That's because you're still fairly new to all of this. That's why you're
Yeah.
the rookie. But yes,
Yeah.
projected VHS Massacre makes a point. Projected film looks more live, and the
Yeah,
light
yeah.
is more beautiful. It is. The lighting. It's all like it truly is a different film.
Yeah,
to
like
print.
Like I know Rookie's
Yeah.
making fun of the point that it's like fucking Mortal Kombat of all movies in
No,
30.
I was only slightly teasing.
I know you were. I know
Yeah.
you were, but here's the thing though, when you watch the movie, it's like when you take away the bad CGI that's in the movie, which there is some bad CGI, all the stuff that's practical like looks cool.
Oh, I know. I like Mortal Kombat.
It looks like a film.
Yeah. I like the Mortal Kombat movie, even though it's cheesy and
I do
stuff.
too.
I like it. I like it.
I do
It's
too.
good.
Yeah, no, I do too. For the most part.
But anyway,
yeah.
back to Spawn. Yeah.
Yes, back to Spawn real quick before we go to Tom.
I will say this. I've read a little bit of the Spawn comics. Like I've read like a couple of issues that I bought at a con like years ago, the old like McFarlane ones. So like, and then I watched this. So, and I do own the DVD for the animated series, which I hope to watch soon, because I've heard that's like,
yeah, the animated series is great.
I've heard it's great. I do want to check. I do want to check it out. And
yeah, as far as I know, that's pretty faithful to the comic.
Yeah. Plus, like I don't know, Spawn as a character in general has always been kind of just cool looking to me.
He's cool.
I'm surprised they haven't made more Spawn movies.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Todd McFarlane's been trying to make one, but he wants to make one about a bed that's possessed by Spawn.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Jamie Foxx was signed on to play Spawn.
Oh, the Blumhouse.
I don't think it ever happened. No, yeah.
And Jeremy Renner was supposed to play a cop or something, right?
He was.
I mean, like, honestly, I feel like they could do. I feel like, you know, the Spawn movie that you have there would be one of those examples of if they tried to remake that with, like, you know, a little better tech, a little better direction, maybe. I don't know, you could kind of redo that and with, you know, stuff and have that be a decent type of redo on there, like a decent remake.
You just basically make it more true to the comic, and now you can do all the special effects you couldn't do back then, but for some reason,
I was gonna say you could totally do it, and it's like, and I didn't even hate the casting of Jamie Foxx as Spawn, but I'm like,
that was fine.
Yeah, that was
He's
fine.
Okay.
But it was like, it was the way, like, I don't know, Blumhouse always worried me, and they're like, what was it? Jason Blum was like, oh, this is like gonna be our first comic book movie, like in our company or whatever. And it's like, okay, whatever. And they're like, oh, it's working. We're working on it, but it's like we're delaying it a lot. It's like, yeah, that whole thing just sounded like a mess.
Yeah, what I heard,
yeah.
I think he's still trying to make it, but yeah,
he's still trying, but I doubt.
Yeah, I mean, when he had, I mean, some of his movies that he's like released in theaters, besides, I think Black Phone 2 and Five Nights at Freddy's 2 were like the only like successful ones that I could remember that came out from Blumhouse, but that was it.
They actually had a lot of success with where they would film movies and they would put them on a shelf and they would wait and see if one of the actors in it would become a star, and they would release it on the heels of their hype. So they had some pretty early success.
That's like
they did.
That's like Full Moon.
They did a lot of that early on. But the thing that really killed them recently was when they decided to spend $400 million on the Exorcist franchise.
Yeah,
that was bad,
stupid.
But even like, you know, the Wolfman was a bomb.
Yeah,
you know,
that was also stupid.
Yeah.
That was stupid. But like, I don't know.
They need to stay away from remakes and reboots like that, like the Halloween's, the Exorcist, the Wolfman, the Invisible. When they do like the original stuff, like the Black Phone or like Five Nights at Freddy, which is based on a franchise, but they're the first to do it. When they do original stuff like that, they tend to be very successful. But when they get into like the remakes and trying to compete with like studio stuff like that, that's when they fall apart.
That's very true.
But with that being said, final words, and we're going to go to Tom and then me.
Not much to say. It's not a bad film, but it has bad moments in it, I'd say, and most of that's the CGI. Because, like, it literally just gives me flashbacks to MK Annihilation.
All right. Well, Tom, let's go to you. What do you have for us for your first pick of the night?
I'm pretty sure I brought this on before, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I rewatched it again because I recently, well, I listened to the audiobook. I always say I read the book, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which is called Wise Guy, but the movie was not called Wise Guy because there was a TV show that had just come out with that same exact name and a movie not too long before that. So they decided to call it Goodfellas instead, and that, of course, is the Martin Scorsese classic that is actually is actually Warner Brothers' first 4K film release. Now, it wasn't their first 4K disc, but it was the first 4K movie they released that wasn't a modern digital film. It was actually scanned and done. Now, so with that, it's notoriously one of the worst, quote unquote, worst scans out there. I didn't think it was as bad as some of the reviews say it is.
Right.
You can tell it's an older scan. That's true. It could definitely use either a new scan or at least a new recalibration, and Dolby Vision would be nice.
Right.
Because that's the problem with the movie at most, is that there is some level issues. Now, I watched it on my Sony, which has Dolby Vision of its own, and it actually looks pretty good with that. So I guess it's kind of a faux Dolby Vision. I don't know. But either way, it still looked pretty goddamn good watching it. Now, again, I'm sure it could look better, but the movie is, you know, and that's why I'm surprised we didn't get a 35th anniversary release this last year.
Yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't come out like that.
Yeah, because it was the anniversary last year, but this Blu-ray came out in 2016, so we'll see if maybe that's what they'll do this year. I don't know. I doubt it. I have not heard anything or anything like that of this movie getting any new release, but I mean, this movie's a fucking masterpiece. I don't give a shit what anybody says, which is funny because it pretty much bombed at the box office, and it didn't win all that many awards considering how much it was, I think, nominated for in comparison. But
didn't Joe Pesci win for Best Actor though? And he had,
I was gonna say, I think
he had the best speech of all time.
Yeah, I think there was only I think it got nominated for quite a few, but only won like one or two, and it was like kind of disappointing, even though it probably should have won Best Picture. I don't think it did though. I'm trying to remember. I think Dances with Wolves beat it.
I don't think it did because I think the only Scorsese that won Best Picture was The Departed.
I was gonna say, I think Dances with Wolves came out that year. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wolves.
I might be wrong. Somebody correct me in the chat, but no, I mean the movie's great. As far as sticking to the book, which is based on actual accounts from Henry Hill, and his wife and other people involved, and court documents and all that kind of stuff. It does stick pretty close to the original source material. It does deviate here and there for more or less story purposes. But what's hilarious is some of the most memorable stuff from the movie is not in the book.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm funny how, like I'm a clown, like I amuse you. Like, that's not in the book. None of that. That was Joe Pesci came up with that himself. And he guessed, I guess that actually happened to him with an actual fucking wise guy.
Oh, I think
he was on the receiving end of that. Yeah.
It's nice.
I had to watch the film for a class that I took like 2 years ago.
I'm trying to remember because there was a couple other bits and pieces here and there that I remember that weren't in the book, but I was surprised because like they were the big memorable bits in the movie, which that's one of them specifically. But I mean, Goodfellas is a classic. I'm sure Rook hasn't seen it.
Probably not.
Probably
as far
not.
back as I can remember, Rookie's never seen a movie I've ever talked about.
And it's part of I don't know what you'd call it. Maybe Scorsese's true crime trilogy in a way.
Yeah,
because to me,
Goodfellas
and Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And the reason I say is because they're all, I think, narrated, if I remember right.
That's true.
Yeah. So like, and they all are based on true stories and stuff like that. Departed, you could kind of throw in there, but Departed is taking a lot of liberties with any actual true stuff, and it's a remake of a.
It's a remake of a Korean film, I think.
But
right?
So I always kind of consider Goodfellas, Casino, and Wolf of Wall Street kind of a trilogy, which is kind of funny because DiCaprio and stuff is on one of the documentaries that's on this too. So like,
there you go. Makes sense.
And
there's a new documentary that Apple released called Mr. Scorsese.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's on like Martin Scorsese's work and stuff.
No, I guess I'll have to check that out when I get Apple next month for Monarch.
Sure,
There you
See
go.
what that pluribus is about.
I need to watch that, man.
Good night,
So
John. The Beagle
basically,
Dad.
what this movie is about for Rookie, who hasn't seen it, is the true
Thank
account
you.
of Henry Hill, who was a wise guy, but he was never going to be made as a mafioso because he's only half Italian, the other half being Irish. But since he was a kid, he was part of the mob. And the beauty of the book is it was one of the first times we got kind of a fly on the wall or kind of a on the ground view of what a lot of the street guys do. You know, not the big bosses or like an elaborate Godfather-esque kind of operatic story, but just the day and ins and outs of what it's like to be in the mob, and then his eventual downfall by getting into drugs. Not to get too far ahead and spoilerific, but no, it's a really well done movie. It's got tons of, as a director, you should watch because of how it's directed. It's got tons of sweeping one shots or whatever you call them, where it's, you know, all in one shot where they go through all these different areas and stuff, and just the way the narration is set up, especially compared to the book, because the book is pretty linear, right? Like it's just pretty much linear. It all happens in real, you know, as it happens kind of thing.
Yeah, like real time type.
Yeah, but the movie, and this is Scorsese came up with this late in the game, I guess, in the editing process, where he's like, well, we're going to start with my favorite part, which is, you know, the guy in the trunk. And then from there, we're going to, you know, and the beauty of this film is it really shows you what Scorsese's best at. And that is he is so good. And Tarantino's another guy that's good at this, and Spielberg's kind of the same way. Kubrick's really good at this too, where you're watching the movie and before you know it, you're 30 minutes in and you still think it's the beginning of the movie. And then next thing you know, you're already in the third act and you're like, oh shit, I'm already through the second act. And that's why movies like Wolf of Wall Street, even as long as they are, don't feel 3 hours long. And this movie doesn't feel 2.5 hours long because you're just clipping along as shit's happening. And the cast is brilliant. I mean, what's funny is I'm watching The Sopranos now. And a good third of the cast is the Sopranos cast.
Yeah, it is. Some of them were actually real life mobsters to begin with.
Right. Well, that's the other part of this film too. You know, like it's just the line that is kind of blurred between who is actually a gangster and who's an actor in some spots, and you know, were they gangsters at one time and now turned actor and stuff like that. And yeah, so I mean, and of course, it's Henry's biggest claim to fame is that he was part of two of the biggest airport heists in history. One being worth $500,000 and the other being worth $6 million. And to this day, nobody's actually really truly been charged with that because there was only two people that remained alive after it was said and done because of Jimmy, aka Robert De Niro's character, who was almost more vicious than Tommy, Joe Pesci's character. And that was one of the only things I think they changed from the book to the movie too, is that in the book, Tommy and Paulie are related, if I remember right. Like, I can't remember if he's like his younger cousin or brother. I can't remember which. I'm pretty sure there's some relation there though, but I can't remember exactly what it is. But otherwise, everything's almost exactly verbatim. I think they just kind of clean up a few things, and some things that Henry says in the book, his wife says in the movie, and vice versa. So there's a few things here and there they kind of flipped around, but like other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is the book just feels more like a kind of an account going through it as it goes, you know. The movie has more flair to it. Doesn't have a score, which is also another funny thing about it. I mean, which Scorsese doesn't generally have a score from my memory either. So not a lot of his films have scores. But he actually, you know, wrote all the music in as they were going through the script that he wanted in the film. That's another reason the movie's well known, is the music that he chose. And you can almost inspiration on Tarantino down the road with Pulp Fiction in some ways too.
I would say guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed. And that
just with the way it's kind of put together.
I honestly didn't think about that. I didn't think it. I thought it had a score for some reason.
No, it does not. And I noticed that specifically this time because I was like, wow, this movie does not have a score, because he scored the movie with the music like Tarantino does.
Yeah, I was going to say the soundtrack is definitely like there. I remember that.
That's what Scorsese is so good at. It's because like he's such a visual storyteller and a great storyteller in general that you don't need like the music to help along a musical score, I should say, because you have the songs, the soundtrack of the film, of the time, of the era, of the lives of these people that you don't need an orchestra or something like that to come along. So that's such great storytelling in and of itself that way as well.
I know. Well, was it Howard Shore did compose The Departed?
Yeah, I mean he's had films with scores.
Yeah,
but this specifically has no score.
Yeah.
None.
Because I'm trying. I'm like
at no point.
I'm like trying to think of Scorsese movies right now that had a score, and I'm like, okay, The Departed's one I remember.
I'm pretty sure The Aviator did.
Yeah, I think The Aviator did. Yeah, that was Howard Shore too. Was Taxi Driver?
That one I think did too, and I think Last Temptation did, and Casino I'm not sure. Now I'm trying to think. Same thing with Wolf of Wall Street. I'm trying to think. And that's where I'm feeling like
Wall Street had a soundtrack to it for sure, though.
It had a soundtrack, but it wasn't a score.
Yeah, I don't know if it
point.
I don't know if it had a score. That's
I'm trying to remember the theme now, and I'm like, yeah, because Taxi Driver was Bernard Herrmann. Thank you, Doba Fett. I was trying to remember who wrote that one, but yeah.
The only theme I remember in Wolf of Wall Street is
That's what I'm saying. I think that's probably why in my mind I kind of put these three movies together, and they probably are meant to be that way. Because he kind of made them all three the same way. Like Casino feels like a spiritual sequel to Wolf of Wall Street feels like a spiritual sequel to that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not about gangsters, they are kind of gangsters in the way that they're doing what they're doing.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but yeah, I'm loving The Sopranos actually, Bryant, and I'm almost done. I was just talking to Greg about it before the show, but yeah. Yeah, that's right. I have that VHS Massacre.
Yeah, there you go. I haven't seen Goodfellas in forever. I was just thinking about watching Casino again the other day, honestly.
I'll probably watch that next week after I finish up with The Sopranos. And hopefully I get my hands on Many Saints, but yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen Casino.
There you go.
You brought it.
Well, then you need to see this because Goodfellas is better than Casino.
Yeah, Goodfellas is.
Okay, shit.
I'd say objectively Goodfellas is better, but like in terms of favorite, I'd say Casino. That might be.
I'm warming up to Casino. I didn't like it the first time I saw it as much.
I really liked the style of the approach. I thought it was really good. Really good.
You'll probably like Goodfellas
You'll
because
definitely like
Goodfellas is basically the blueprint.
Yeah.
And have you seen Wolf of Wall Street yet, Rook?
I have seen Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
So then you kind of already have an idea of where, with the narration going over the story while things are happening and all that kind of stuff. And not only that, breaking the fourth wall at some points. Like that's another reason, where it's almost like a play in that respect.
Then you got to watch the parody movie Mafia.
Okay.
I've never seen Mafia.
It's horrible.
Okay, that's probably why I've never heard of it.
It's not a very good parody movie.
That sucks.
Mean Streets, yes, technically is the blueprint. I meant as far as these films as the style goes. Because he has a lot of the same things, either no score or not hardly any score, but a lot of pop songs that kind of tell you the era. It's true story, told with narration, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of sweeping one shots, because all three films have those. So like that's the things that kind of keep them. To me, they're very much the same. They have a very similar feel to them. It's a trilogy in the style and the way he's telling the story. And their true crime stories.
Would you compare it to like as a? I don't know why the Cornetto trilogy is the only thing that's coming to mind as a sort of they're different, clearly different, but a lot of maybe same actors and style different or something.
Basically,
I don't know.
Basically, yeah.
But even then, like they didn't like that whole team didn't know like they didn't name it the Cornetto trilogy till like later on,
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
because that was kind of a joke at first when Edgar
I just
Wright
call it the True Crimes trilogy. I don't know if anybody's ever referred to it as anything before.
No, you're the first person I've heard like say
Isn't
that.
there? I think I've heard something about this, but it's not the Wolf of Wall Street. But maybe it is Mean Streets. Maybe it's like because like a lot of directors have these type of trilogies like this. Like I know you guys said.
Well, Mean Streets, I don't think is based on a true story, but I think it's loosely based on Scorsese's actual growing up.
Yeah.
Remember right? But I'd have to rewatch that. I haven't watched that in a while, so maybe it's a quadrilogy or whatever.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I could have sworn there's like, because I know you're talking about it, but I could have sworn like I've heard like there's, I can't remember. It's like Casino Goodfellas Casino, something else is considered like it. Maybe it's called the Mob Trilogy or something.
Wolf of Wall Street is one I consider just because it's told.
Yeah,
it's very similar in the way it's told and framed.
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, some of the dialogue even.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think somebody threw in The Departed instead of Wolf of Wall Street, Greg. I think if I remember right. Yeah. And I think that's where I got the idea, because I'm like, I disagree with that. I'm like, because The Departed is different. Yeah, no, like that fits in his remakes.
Yeah,
but
like he actually has a couple. But
yeah. No, but go ahead. You can talk about whatever else you need to.
No, that's it. 1990 was a good year for film, though, wasn't it, Greg?
Yes. Speaking of which, Tom, you said none of our movies really. Useless trivia from Dobo Fett here says the actor who plays the younger Joe Pesci in Goodfellas was one of the purse snatchers, punk snatching. I can't even read. One of the purse snatching punks.
I didn't even notice that.
TMNT 1990.
I didn't know
that. Speaking of which, Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy. I like turtles too. I know we've talked a lot about these.
Rogan, get away from my turtles.
Yeah. That's great.
I know we've talked about this a lot, but I got my set a little later than the rest of you guys. So we don't have
to talk on sale, didn't you?
Well, no, I got it for Christmas, and it was delayed.
I was going to say, did you pre-order it? Because I pre-ordered mine like day one.
My brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, bought it for me for Christmas, and it was supposed to be there the day after Christmas. It was supposed to be delivered. It got delivered a week later. So,
so your typical mail bullshit you always deal with. Gotcha.
Yes, your typical mail bullshit. But no, I find it looks pretty decent. The other two, as Tom mentioned before, not so good. So
they look all right. They look better than the Blu-rays, but
yeah, they're better than that. The set, I know you have it as well. I have it too, with the pizza and all that. So, but no, I haven't seen like some of the sequels in a long time, and I know you guys talked about it a lot. So, I don't know what else I can say. The set's great with all the cards and the poster and the booklet and all that. It's got some decent special features. I know nothing. What was it? It was like nothing new, right, Tom? There was nothing.
Well, it was new because they never had any special features before. But what I said was it wasn't anything that felt like we were getting anything groundbreaking or new that I, as a fan or a casual fan, probably wouldn't have already known. And it feels like we're missing out on either a really good documentary and the commentaries were kind of lackluster. And I wish they had the original commentaries on here, because both Steve Barron and the director of 2 did commentaries years ago. And after the episode where I talked about it here on the show, Greg, and they agree with me that they think that Michael Pressman might have like Alzheimer's or something like that. And that's probably why he has a moderator with him. Because I'm like listening to this going, does not seem like the same guy who did the commentary like 10, 15 years ago for the German release.
Right.
Which is the only other place you can get that commentary for some reason. Now, that commentary, which is funny about it, is that Pressman spends the entire 90 minutes doing nothing but suck his own dick. So that was why I was kind of disappointed that commentary is not on there. Because anything I love more than commentaries when people are drunk is when people are just so self-serving and just sitting there sucking their own dick the whole time.
Now, see, I set this shot up, so
yeah, I love it. It's hilarious, and they're like, he's like acting like he created the Ninja Turtles himself or some shit, or the first one to ever think of giving him pizza or some shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck. He's just like, dude, no, you're not bringing anything new to the table. Like, the only thing you say that's accurate is that they hired you because you happen to make the Bad News Bears 2. And and he actually flat out says why, right? And to him, he's not doing it apologetically either. Like, he's like, no, I was hired because I made the sequel to Bad News Bears, which was a much lighter toned version of the first film, right? What did they want here? They wanted a lighter toned version of the first film. That's why they hired this guy. And he flat out says, I did the job I was hired for, basically, in so many words. So he's not apologizing to anybody for the tone shifts or anything like that. He was all on board. He signed on to this shit. That's why he got the job.
Right.
So like that part is made abundantly clear. And he pretty much says that same thing in the newer one. But a lot of times, like, even Barron and him are getting things like where I know they're either completely wrong or getting them screwed up, or they're calling the turtles the wrong names, or which that I can let go a little bit more. But it's like, dude, you made a fucking Ninja Turtle movie. You should know their fucking names.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm not going to give you the same pass I'm going to give my grandma. Okay, because my grandma used to call them the Nintendo Turtles, for fuck's sake.
That's fantastic.
I don't blame her on that one though.
You and those damn Nintendo Turtles. That's what she would call them. And it made sense. You couldn't argue with her. Because like one of the most popular things that made them popular was that fucking Nintendo game.
Yeah, I know. I remember playing that game like crazy.
And to some people, that was their introduction to the Ninja Turtles, believe it or not, because it was kind of this whole frenzy of like all these things happening at once. And the movie was just one facet of that thing. And that's why the movie is a little bit different than other things and has more of the comic stylings in it. But go ahead, Greg, and talk about the movie now. I went off on a tangent.
No, that's fine. It's like you said, we've already talked about him. Like you brought him on, and then Runner brought him on. So I don't know what else I could really say. I just keep thinking about the director saying, "So what if they said cowabunga here?" And so I had him say cowabunga, and that's how I created the Ninja Turtles. I keep thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't seen some of them in a while. Some of the sequels, everything. Yeah, the Ninja Turtle 3 still sucks. I mean, it's still fun to watch.
I always thought there's some redeeming qualities to it.
There's a fan edit somewhere in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's not fun to watch, but yeah, it's out. It's definitely the worst of the three.
Hey, with AI now, you might be able to fix the masks too.
I feel like if that one again was like kind of remade, like that would be interesting. I think
that's what I said. There's a fan edit in there, and now with AI, you can redo the masks and shit too. And basically, all you got to do is cut out all of Donatello's jokes. That's it.
Yeah,
that would fix.
I don't remember. I don't remember that at all.
Problem is, and that's the problem with the movies, because all his jokes are so fucking modern, right? They're like swing and fucking you
stepped on an ancestor.
I hope I didn't step on an ancestor. I just swallowed a frog. I hope it wasn't an ancestor.
Yeah,
that was a stupid joke.
Yeah.
And then like some of the other shit, like the army joke that he makes when they're climbing the wall, or it was it Army or Navy? I don't remember which one, but like it was. They're all modern like quotes from like things at the time, and like I get it. The turtles were kind of like the vernacular of the time, but also they created a lot of that vernacular. That's what people don't. It's
not like they're the genie from Aladdin or something that needs to have a reference quote or something every now and then.
That even has issues nowadays with some of them.
Yeah, some of those are jokes. I think their release is worth it, Brian Barth. I do think,
especially if you get it on sale, man. That sale price. If I hadn't ordered mine initially from Arrow and I knew it wouldn't have been a pain in the ass to send it back and probably cost me the difference, I would have canceled it and ordered it on the sale. Hell, I would have ordered it for the price fucking Amazon had it for a while there. Damn it!
I pre-ordered my set from Diabolic because they were slightly cheaper.
A little bit. They were in the middle, I think, but like, that was the problem. Is Amazon had it up like 2-3 weeks for like $59.
Yeah, like 50, actually, I think it was like $56,
something like that. And then that's basically almost the same as the sale price that it's been on.
Yeah, but I asked for it for Christmas, and I knew somebody would get it for me, and they did. It just came a week late. So,
Are you guys disappointed that they haven't added the female turtle into the brothers group at all?
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm more disappointed that you brought it up.
Yes.
No, the other thing that disappoints me is no deleted scenes and no music videos.
Yeah, I know. I miss music videos, especially like the Ice Ice Baby one and everything, or the Ninja Rap, I should say, not Ice Ice Baby, but all the other ones as well too. It's insane. I was forget what's his name did the end of the song. It was the Humpty Dump guy, right? That did the end of the song in the first movie.
No, Hammer did.
Oh, that's right. It's Hammer. Why was I thinking
Hammer did the one song, but then Partners in Crime did the Turtle Power.
It's a Turtle Power.
I don't know if they had anything to do with that guy or not. He might have.
URTLE Power.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not.
I thought he was part of that.
He might have been. That's plausible, because I was going to say, because outside of that song, I think he does more producing and stuff than the guys do. But that was like their only hit, because they were like a like what do you call it? Almost like a, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, yeah, that
what. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe they do it. I have to look. You could be right. They might have been like one of the producers for Humpty.
He was in the Dan Aykroyd, the stupid Dan Aykroyd movie where he's got a dick for a nose and he's a judge.
What?
That's
So
what
is it
is
like
it?
Pinocchio's or something?
That's a description.
No, Tom knows what I'm talking about. I can't. Chevy Chase is in it. It's Dan Aykroyd, John Candy.
Oh, Nothing But Trouble.
Nothing but trouble. They're in that. He raps with the group, and isn't that them? Am I wrong? Is somebody out there in the audience help me?
I'll
out
have
with
to
this?
go back and look again because I guess I never drew a thing there. But like, no, like the first movie had like 2 or 3 music videos.
Yeah,
Then, of course, you had the ninja rap for the second one, which had that video I had as a kid had like a whole 5-minute making of documentary thing.
Yeah,
on it.
you get it on VHS, the video and the making of it.
The video single thing,
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? And they even released a video of all the music videos from the first movie too. And I swear that I'm trying to remember if there was 3 or just 2. But
I don't remember. What
maybe
about
they
when
did like I think on the video they did Turtle Power and Spin That Wheel, and then I think the third video was Turtle Rhapsody, which is just the clips from the movie mixed with the score.
It's not like the Flintstones where they like just have songs and then they like add turtle references in there, do they? Is that they don't do that, do they?
What's that?
I said because I don't know if the music videos you're saying I haven't. It's not like the Flintstones or something where they like add turtle this or shell this and like where Flintstones would be like rock this or stone that.
No, they're the actual songs from the soundtrack, and the music videos they had the actual turtles in the videos.
Yeah,
and they shot the Vanilla Ice video while they were making the movie, so that just is like.
Well, I guess when you said like the when you're saying the titles of those, it made me think something like that. Like, are they just replacing words?
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And they kind of did that with the musical tour thing, but there was all original songs. So yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
All right. Well, there's not much else I can honestly say because, like I said, I know we've talked a lot about the Ninja Turtles on here.
Yeah.
So
but
not much else.
But that just shows how much we love it. Because
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I discovered it after watching the first Nickelodeon show, not the ones after. I didn't watch any of that shit. The good one.
That also shows you the power of these movies, especially the first. I would say the first 2. You're what, like 20-something years old, and you absolutely freaking love these movies. That shows you the staying power of how good these movies are and how much people still love these movies. These Ninja Turtle movies.
For sure. I what was it, like 2 years ago? Like one of my friends since 8th grade, who I like still talk to and hang out with from time to time, I like got him to watch the first TMNT because I told him, I'm like, dude, like you got to see it, because he was telling me he wanted to see like Mutant Mayhem or whatever, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna watch that.
Yeah,
I love being a turtle. and I told him I'm like, dude, like I gotta have you like sit down and watch the original 1990 movie.
Oh, Mutant Mayhem. That's, you don't let friends do that. That's like letting friends do
don't let
crap.
friends.
Yeah, no, I told my friend, I'm like, dude, like trust me, like just watch the originals and you'll like understand like where I'm coming from with all this stuff.
Actually, Vanilla Ice had a few songs, but I don't know if they'd ever really count as hits.
You see, it's good you got into it that way. I actually first thought Ninja Turtles was stupid because I saw them as the TV show versions crossover with Power Rangers, where they're within space and they're like they're just like cowabunga hang, but like in the most their interactions with the other characters are so lame. And then I was like, oh god, just get out of here! Why did this happen? And then I like checked out the show a little bit, and I was like, no. And then at some point the movies, I like saw the movies on TV and I was like, well, this is good though. Like what? I was confused as a kid, like why they were so weird and different in the other things I saw, and then the 2 movies were pretty cool. I was like, oh.
Horrible shows.
I didn't grow up loving Power Rangers as much, so I think that also helped.
Well, you were
but it's like taking that from.
No, but there were some Power Rangers. Like I watched Power Ranger Samurai when that was on Nickelodeon, and I watched a little bit of Mighty Morphin, but that was about it. You know.
Yeah, going from Power Ranger fan to then having turtles in there, and I'm like, ew, and then to discovering the movies, like, okay, the movies are good. So,
yeah. The first 2.
All right.
I still like the third one, but I haven't seen that in a very long time, and I only remember the parts I think were good in it. I think so. I actually don't know.
When I was a kid, when I like discovered the first two, it was like I watched the third one, but I only watched like the first like 10 minutes and turned it off because I was just like, I don't really like this vibe. It doesn't feel the same. It's kind of weird. And I was like, I'll just stick with the first two. But as I got older and I've only seen the third one like twice in its full, and I'm like, yeah, this is not terrible, but it's still not great.
All right. Well, I haven't seen the 2000s TV show. I've seen the original TME cartoon, so I love that. So I have not seen the 2000s cartoon show. So
I saw a little bit
can't
of the
speak on it.
2000s. I did see a little bit of the 80s one. I actually own the DVD box set of that one.
The 2000s one did a pretty good job of kind of capturing the similar tone to the movies, but also adding some more of the sci-fi elements of the comic book. I kind of fell out of it after the first season or so because that's when they started getting into some of the goofier shit. But then again, like, you guys just got to understand, I've just never been a huge fan of when they get into the space stuff.
Yeah, no, you've talked about that.
I do like the more Daredevil-esque
yes,
New York
I
City.
like the earlier stuff.
Did Ninja Turtles go into space?
Yeah.
Don't make me explain this shit.
That should be a joke, not like a thing that happens. What are you talking
Here's
about?
the problem. Shredder at one point, Shredder gets killed in the first comic, so from there on out, he's basically these mutant worms that make up a body. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
And then like the Utroms, which is what Krang is based on, are this
The
alien
Utrons.
race. The Utroms, shit you not. And they get involved, and then you get to the Archie comic, which is even goofier than that shit because they actually float around in space in a fucking cow head.
I'm sorry, hold on. You telling me they didn't have any better ideas for like enemies other than Shredder?
Oh no, they had tons of enemies, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
they
yeah,
have one of the
Krang.
biggest they have one of the biggest rosters out there, but that's just because.
Oh, you're just saying this is a thing they did at some point.
This is the earlier stuff.
Okay,
All that
okay.
are bad guys.
Okay.
Bebop and Rocksteady were
Baxter
invented for the
Stockman.
cartoon. Stockman was a different version in the comic.
Yeah.
Completely. April was not a reporter in the comic. She worked for Baxter Stockman, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's a lot of differences. The cartoon is, like, way different than the original comic. They just basically kept the same concept and kidified it big time.
Yeah.
And then the movies are kind of an amalgamation between the two, and that's kind of where the 2000 series kind of took its cue from there, if that helps.
Surprised they haven't had her work at a pizza shop or something.
Well, the one thing I did like about that original, or the 2000 series, is the earlier 2000 series, not the Nickelodeon one, is that it actually starts like the comics.
Right.
April's actually works for Stockman and all that kind of stuff. So, and she's younger and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, anyway, that being said.
Yeah. So yeah, we covered it a lot, but I will say this as I close it out about this is watching the very first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in theaters is probably my favorite movie theater experience I've ever had. And to this day, I've never experienced anything like it. Not even with any of the Star Wars movies, not even with any of the Avengers movies, nothing. Because when my mom and dad when my mom and dad took me and my brothers to the theater was so packed, and like, once again, I live in a small town. It was packed all the way out to the drive park where people park. I can't even, my mind's going to me. Mine's going out. I'm getting old. But like, yeah, the line to get into the theater was all the way out there to the parking lot. That's what I'm talking about. So we waited in line forever, and in the theater, in the packed theater with me, my brothers, my parents, other kids, other parents, and everybody, like the adults to the kids. It was like the best movie going experience I have ever had in my entire life to this day. And that, it doesn't even compare to Batman, from the, back in the day. It doesn't compare to the Avengers. It's just like, that was the best movie going experience I've ever had. And I don't know if it was because of the area where I lived, if the Turtles, because like you can go through like the sections of the states, like Freddy Krueger is like the most popular horror villain here in Ohio. So like everybody loves Freddy here, right? I mean, they've done that before. So like I don't know if maybe the Turtles was like super popular in my area more than any of these things, but it was like that's my favorite theater going experience I've ever had in my entire life. I remember it to this day. But yeah, that's what.
No, that movie just blew the hinges off of theaters because it didn't open as wide as a big wide release because it was an independent film from New Line Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Freddy Krueger, so I think it had like a third of the theaters or half the theaters that a big release would normally have at that time, but it still made a shit ton of money, and by the end of its run was the highest grossing independent film until Blair Witch Project.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go to you, Runner, if you're ready for your next pick of the night.
Wait, what about Rook? Or did he go?
I'm just hanging out.
Yeah,
I will say this. I got one thing. I don't know if I've ever said this about Ninja Turtles. At that time, you know how I always talked about how spoilers weren't really a thing. And we had, the cards, the Topps cards and comic books and shit, everything before movies usually came out. This was one time in my life that I remember a movie came out where it seemed like all the merchandising and stuff came after.
Yeah.
So going into this movie, I knew very little, saw very little, like only images and stuff leading into it. And I found out about it like 3 or so months before the movie came out. It was already done. And like, I found out about it, believe it or not, in the back page of a comic book. I was flipping through a comic book at fucking, a store, and it may have even been a Ninja Turtle book for all I know. Right. Cause I think Archie already had their run at this point started, been out. Like this obviously was, the beginning of 1990.
Yeah.
And on the very, very, very last page, on the inlay of the last page in full colors, the whole page is the poster. This ain't no cartoon.
Yeah. I
lost my little fucking mind and I started running through the goddamn store screaming, Mom, they're making a Ninja Turtle movie. It's a movie. Right here it says this ain't no cartoon. I had no clue what I was going into. So like Greg, my fucking mind was blown when I saw this movie. And I can imagine it was a lot like what Batman, but Batman, we kind of already knew what we were getting into, if that makes sense. Like this, it felt like there was only that one trailer, and that trailer was rough. And that was basically all I had seen footage-wise of the movie. And the day that it came out, they showed the pizza scene on the morning show when Gene Shalit reviewed it. And that was the only other scene I had seen where and all it was Michelangelo ordering the pizza, Splinter throwing the book, and he's saying, and no anchovies. If you put anchovies on this thing, you're in big trouble, okay? And then that's it. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I'm like, holy shit, this movie's gonna fucking rule.
Best thing ever.
I just couldn't believe it because like I'm looking at this movie going, how can they do that? Make the turtles look that real? Like you guys got to understand how real they look to us. When they first came out, like it was like holy shit. And then to sit down and watch the movie, like I don't know if I was ever as emotionally involved with a movie as I was seeing that film. Like I almost freaked out when Splinter got kidnapped because at first I thought they killed him. And just how cool the turtles looked, and just to see them in live action in the way that Jim Henson was able to make them look so realistic. I mean, it blew my mind, and I saw that movie 3-4 times in theaters.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Like I said, it was my favorite movie going theater experience ever. And also, before you go to your Runner, they were the first superhero movie to do where the heroes go to the farm to recuperate. Just saying. Avengers copied them. Everybody else did too. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
you mean
That's from the
from
original
Age of
comics. Yeah.
Ultron?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yep. Ninja Turtles did it first.
The only difference is in the comics, it's Leo, not Raph, that's hurt.
Yeah. It's true. All right, Runner, what do you got for us? What's your next pick of the night?
I don't know how to introduce this, but like I went to Walmart. I did shopping to see like what
Debbie Does Dallas.
I was going to say.
No, it's
Let me guess, it's Tron Ares because that's like the only movie they have.
Yeah.
no, that it's a good guess.
Close, huh? Mission
No,
Impossible?
it's actually not close. No, I already own Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
It's a movie that has not gotten it's been out of print for like a while, and they just finally gave us a 4K.
Oh, Dogma.
You motherfucker.
He wasn't here before the show started, so.
Wait, what happened? Oh, fuck.
Dogma.
Oh, you got the steel book.
They just got new ones at Lionsgate Limited.
Yeah,
You can
I
order
heard.
now.
I heard
It's
about
only like
that.
$5 more than the standard one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was
I
at the
watched
store
this
and I
under
was just
kind
like,
of protest, man. I'll tell you what.
But he doesn't block you anymore, so.
Honestly, go ahead, Runner, because I got a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have more to say about that. I haven't seen this in like 4 or 5 years, and I'd only seen it once back when I used to like pirate movies as a kid, but fucking and then like I heard like, oh, it's like out of print because of, you know, the Weinstein and shit, and I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, I guess I gotta wait until like I get a good sale for like a DVD or something, but no, I waited long enough for the 4K release, and
Man, I wish I had hated Kevin Smith enough to sell this bastard a couple years ago. Bought this for $9.99 at Walmart when it first came out.
Oh man,
I still got the DVD.
I had the old 2-disc DVD, but somebody stole the movie disc.
Oh, that sucks. But go ahead, talk about it, guys, because I haven't seen it in years as well.
Another reason why.
All that.
What's funny is another reason like why I like watched this and just happened. Like I was like, what is it? I got this, but then like the night before I saw this last night, I watched The Rip with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Have you seen that yet, Tom?
Not yet.
We don't watch Netflix around here.
I know.
I don't have Netflix right now. I'm on my off Netflix season.
Yeah, that's fine. It is.
Which is anytime Cobra Kai isn't on.
That's fair.
It's never coming back. So.
I mean, oh damn.
the Rip. Here's the thing. Like, The Rip is a pretty damn good movie, but like, you know, same with this. Like, it works so well because of these two guys right here and their chemistry. Because it like feels real. It's like the same thing with The Rip and like any other movie, you know, Ben and Matt are in. So yeah,
not even you wouldn't even say Alan works.
Alan
Rickman.
Rickman. Oh no, he's great too. The whole cast is
Rickman, Selma Hayek.
Oh no, I'm talking about like, you know, and what's weird is like after actually now that I remember, like after watching it recently, it's like those two aren't even like the main like protagonists really of the movie. It's the chick,
Linda,
however you say her last name. Like she's more of the main character, you know. And I totally like forgot about that because I hadn't seen it in so long. But no, Alan Rickman, fucking George Carlin's great. Salma Hayek as a stripper is always a plus.
Hey, they're getting a free show over there.
Yeah.
I'm still upset that he hasn't cut the deleted scenes back in.
Yeah, I'm surprised because he's one of those guys that likes to do that stuff, don't he?
Because go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say like the one thing is like I'm not like super attached to like the religious stuff because I just didn't grow up that way, you know? Like I didn't grow up as a Catholic or anything. Like my dad was, but you know, he didn't like force any of us to like get into that. So you know, some of the stuff they talk about is like some of it I get, some of it not so much, but you know, it's even if you don't like understand it completely, like it's still like pretty funny and engaging, and you know I like most of Kevin Smith's other work around that time period, so that also kind of helps. But yeah, no, it's a fun movie. I'm glad to own it finally.
All right.
But
well,
yeah,
Tom,
but I feel like Tom would like know everything about this movie compared to me. I've only seen it twice.
I'm waiting to hear Tom's thoughts on this. I want to hear Tom's thoughts.
You've only seen the Dogma. I was born in it, raised in it.
Yeah, no, I lived this movie, man. Like, this is still Kevin's best movie.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, do I have a history with this film? 'Cause this movie, for those who don't know, was notoriously banned from being shown in theaters for a while. And that was where us fans were like, what the fuck? We want to see this movie. Why won't they just let us see this fucking movie? And of course, the internet, if it had been more advanced like it is now, I bet you Kevin would have just dropped it online.
Probably.
But that being said, they didn't have that capability back then. But I was an avid follower of News Askew, which was a website that fans had put together, and Kevin had sanctioned as the official news site of News Askew. News Askew being his production company. So from there, you could download the Dogma script and get whatever information you could on the film. So I read the script probably almost 2 years before I saw the film, and the script is amazing. Fucking amazing. Like, of course, in your brain, you create this epic fucking movie.
Yeah.
So, of course, when I finally saw the movie, the first time I saw it, I'm not going to say it was a letdown, but I was like, oh, it was kind of a punch to the gut where it's like, this is only half the movie. And it has an epic kind of story as to how it came to the screen to begin with, just to get to that point, because it started out as a completely different film. It was actually the first movie that Kevin actually really wrote. It started out as a movie about two angels who meet every 1,000 years to battle on a beach. Yeah. And then it advanced from there into the somewhat of the story, kind of getting into the planetary indulgence stuff. And then something changed. Kevin got invited to an early screening of Pulp Fiction. Because for those who don't know, him and the early Miramax guys were all knew each other. So yeah.
Yep.
And after he saw Pulp Fiction, he came in his pants, and that changed everything. As most people did after they saw Pulp Fiction. But at that point, he's like, okay, now that totally changes what I can do with Dogma.
Right.
And that movie made him realize he can make an epic comedy like Dogma is. Because that's kind of what Pulp Fiction is an epic action comedy / whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's all kinds of different things.
Yeah,
and that's basically what Dogma is. And at that moment, he's like, okay, now I know the tone. Now I can do this. And so he rewrote Dogma with that tone in mind, and that's the movie we ended up getting. But of course, he knew he was never going to be able to make that, so he put it away, or at least not at the moment. Put that away, and he wrote Clerks. And I think he rewrote it after Clerks is what I'm thinking here. But then he wrote Clerks, and then he did Mallrats, because he was thinking, okay, I just did Clerks. I'm going to make Mallrats, and then I'll be able to make... Yeah, that's how it went. Because then I'll be able to bank Dogma, because Clerks did all right. Mallrats is basically Clerks redo in color in a mall. It's going to make bank. It'll do great. Well, then, unfortunately, Mallrats tanked.
Yeah.
And he's like, shit. There's no way I'm going to get the $20-30 million I need to make Dogma. So he went and wrote Chasing Amy instead. And that initially started as a PG-13 comedy, and then became the film that we know now. And that, in turn, brought him back from the brink, and which got him to where he needed to be to make Dogma. And Dogma didn't do that great at the box office. It didn't have a very big release, and that because, as we mentioned before, it took a year to get there. And when it did finally get released, it got released through Lionsgate, and then Sony had the video rights. So that's the reason why this movie has been in limbo for years, not to mention Harvey Weinstein, who actually owned the rights to the movie. Had kind of been sitting on it, and every time Kevin had asked about it, I guess he asked for some astronomical fee that Kevin just could not come up with. So my understanding, and this is the shortest version of the story I can tell, as Weinstein was going through his court shit, he started selling off pieces of the Miramax catalog. And this one lady who happened to be a Kevin Smith fan noticed that Dogma was lumped in with all these other films. So she had this company that she owned buy out this, or that she didn't own, but that she worked for, that bought like IP and older films and stuff. They bought out this catalog solely so she could get her hands on Dogma and turn around and sell it back to Kevin Smith.
Smart.
At an affordable cost, because they were getting it in a big lump. So, and this is like, to me, I'm like, that is a cool story.
Yeah.
So that then gets us to where we're at right now, where the movie finally got re-released in theaters for its anniversary in this 4K release, which looks stunning. I will say it looks amazing. I did not notice any major flaws with it as far as any major DNR or anything like that. It looks like it should look for a film shot in 1998, 97, whenever it was shot. And it came out in 99. It looks better than the old Sony release, which actually was fine. in comparison, it looks fine. I mean, if you have that version, are you going to want this version? Only if you want the upgrade for the special features.
Right.
Otherwise, the picture uptick and sound uptick is not that much of a huge jump over the old Blu-ray, to where if you're somebody who just paid $100 for the Blu-ray a couple of years back, you don't have to really kick yourself in the ass. You got it. You're fine. You paid a little bit more than what you would have for the 4K. Now, what is on here for special features? All the stuff carried over from the 2-disc DVD and this Blu-ray.
Right.
Including the Easter eggs that I'm not sure made the Blu-ray.
Oh, really? The Easter eggs.
Yes. And this is where this might jump in there for possibility of best release of last year for me.
Oh.
There is an hour and 22-minute new documentary on here.
Nice.
Wow.
Plus Q&As, plus the long-lost Dogma documentary that you could only get on this movie because they wouldn't release it on the DVD. So you get everything carried back over. And this is one of the reasons why I gave it even an extra mark. Motherfucker even carried over the little video vignettes you get with the old lady warning you you're going to hell from the DVD.
Oh my God, really?
Yes.
Nice.
Now you watch them all as one little fat, segment.
Yeah.
But for those who don't remember, every time you'd hit a menu item on the special edition of Dogma, you'd have this lady pop up and tell you you're going to go to hell and say various different things.
Yeah.
So they put all those. So I'm like, God, thankfully somebody finally thought to do that much at least. Because I mean, it would be nice if they would have, it'd almost be cool if you could flip over to like an old version of the menus, or they would do like a newer version of old. Because DVDs had that in spades, and Blu-ray it kind of fell away, and they just quit doing it. They used to have some of those inventive menus, and we'll get to that in my next release here after this, or my final release. Now that I did my second release when I wasn't planning on it, I didn't know Runner Breath was on.
I just found it because like I had seen the rip and I'm like, oh, I gotta watch Dogma again. But yeah, no, it's a fun. I didn't realize how many fucking special features like were in this thing.
Pretty much all the stuff that's on the 4K is brand spanking new.
That's awesome. Yeah,
the only thing I think that's old is the commentary for my. If I'm looking here.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it now. It's like there's a
and then everything else that's on the other disc, then it's on the Blu-ray, is everything carried over from the old special edition, plus that documentary. It's just, which is almost 40 minutes in itself. But the documentary was a lot about the controversy, which is why it wasn't put on the the thing. So
yeah.
That's the one thing you can still say about Kevin Smith that he still does is like he still respects the art of physical media. He does still respect that. So
you know what's funny? In the very beginning of the 4K disc, when you pop it in, like there's a whole intro of him like talking about that stuff and how much the fans are like, oh, like they weren't asking when can I see it? They're like, when can I buy it?
Yeah.
Like he was talking about that and how like people were like, oh, like there's this uptick to like people like wanting to like get physical media, and Kevin Smith's like, yeah, I didn't think people were like into that so much anymore, but I like collecting physical media. So he talked about the importance of all that stuff, and I'm like, that's cool that that's in like the beginning of this release.
That is one thing he's still passionate about, and it's also still one of the funniest things about the Mallrats DVD and Blu-ray that's still to this day the commentary is the commentary from Laserdisc and stuff like that. So like he was so certain that Laserdisc was going to win, like he's like fuck DVD. Laserdisc.
Well, he said later why he was like that is because he had spent so much money on his Laserdisc collection he didn't want to buy,
which is hilarious. So like
he was fuck trying you, DVD.
Yeah, he was trying to get in their good graces of Laserdisc. Like I have all this, and look what happened. Laserdisc fell away, DVD, and then it's Blu-ray. But no, that's something you can still give him credit. However you may feel about him today. I know Tom said he watched this against protest. So however you may feel about him today, there is some, I will say there's some of old Kevin Smith still stuck in there.
I'm not looking forward to Dogma 2. That's all I know.
Oh, is that happening?
Is he actually doing that?
Is he?
As far as I know, yes.
Oh no.
And now, yeah.
Because you know what it's going to be about, right?
Yeah, it's going to be bad, isn't it?
Yeah, because haven't you heard who he's going to have replacing Alan Rickman?
Wouldn't it? It was some woman. I can't remember. the
Yeah,
name.
it's what's her face who played the Tilda Swinton or whatever.
Oh yeah, Tilda. Oh, ew, Tilda Swinton. I thought it was somebody else.
Or wait, am I thinking of the wrong
Swinton?
person? No, I'm thinking of the wrong person. Man.
Yeah,
Who
'cause she
played
was in
the ancient one?
Constantine.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton.
Played Ancient One.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said he was going to have play her.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, 'cause he said she has an Alan Rickman like quality to her,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, are you fucking high?
I mean-
no.
I mean, he probably is.
He needs to
gets-
get high. No, that's his problem.
Yeah,
He quit.
he needs to get high. I mean, she's a good actress, but she's not an Alec Rickman type.
No.
She is a good actress, though. I'll give her that, but like, I wouldn't cast her for that kind of role. You got to get somebody else to do that, or nobody at all.
It's my same thing as like with Galaxy Quest. No Alan Rickman, no movie. Now that doesn't mean they could possibly.
But anyways,
do a
what it's
Galaxy
going to be
Quest,
about
but-
is the daughter. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
It's already set up at the end of the first film. My big question is, is he going to work with Linda Florentino again? Because notoriously, for those who don't know, that there's a reason why she wasn't in Men in Black 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin found out the hard way
Yeah.
why she wasn't a movie star for very long.
My guess
She
is
was
she'll
very
be-
difficult to work with. Yes,
My guess is she will have died and gone to heaven.
that's gonna. I'm gonna say she'll probably end up dying during childbirth. So the whole
Yeah.
movie's gonna be about the child wanting to find out about her mother and finding out that she is now the last scion, and then something's gonna happen. And yeah,
Yeah. And how you gonna bring back Matt Damon and Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck. Well, they should be in hell.
Yeah.
See, I would be okay with that.
I don't know. I wish just don't make a sequel.
But, well,
He already
Which actually would be
fucked up
funny
the
is if they wind up back in Wisconsin. That's
That'd be funny. I mean, he already messed
or no,
up
actually
story.
be worse if they're like the only place worse than Wisconsin, where Minnesota.
That would be pretty bad.
Well, I didn't like Clerks 3, so I wouldn't be looking for
He
it.
I
ruined
still
it.
haven't seen it.
He ruined
Still
Clerks.
haven't seen
it.
I have
Don't.
not seen it, but everything I've heard is just like it ruins Clerks for me.
No,
ruins the first one.
it almost does. It almost does. I
And I
can still watch 1 and 2, like it, but it is like it's like a one-time watch for me, and I was just like, yeah, no, this was dumb.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
sad because 2 is great. 2
Yeah,
is
2
Oh, 2 is so good.
better than it had the right to be.
Man. Speaking
Yeah.
of, it's like I was on the boards and stuff too. Like I'm sure your name's in the credits. Like my name is in the credits of the movie.
I think so.
Yeah, and it's just like I was like so pumped for Clerks 2, and I remember being in the theaters just excited, like, holy shit, this is really good, watching it and everything. And then like what I've heard about Clerks 3 is just like it burns it, it's pissing me off.
It almost kind of does. And like, yeah, because I would tell my friends, like one of my friends from college, like we watched like Clerks 2 because he had seen the first one like at my place because he wasn't convinced that 2 was good, but I was like, no, 2 is like really fucking solid. And I'm like, skip 3 though. Like completely skip 3. Like forget about like don't bother with 3. It'll
I kind of like that
make
the
you
View
sad.
Askew universe kind of ended initially with Strikes Back.
Mhm.
And the Silent Bob reboot, I haven't watched it since it first came out. I wonder if it still holds up.
I haven't seen that.
See, I
either.
saw that once. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I also saw it before I realized what a lot of woke shit was too. So I bet you if I watch it now, I'd be like, oh.
See, one of the reasons why I've never watched that one is because I heard his daughter ruins a lot of the movie. Because she was helped with the woke stuff.
I don't remember.
That's what I was going to say is there is some aspects to it because I remember in hindsight, like there was some bits and pieces because I remember some people were bitching about that. But I was like, well, I mean, he had a daughter in real life. It's his real life daughter. So I was like, whatever. And, Kevin Smith's my memory, though, from that movie more so is that Kevin Smith has pretty much become the asshole version that he plays of himself in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, because for those who have not seen it, he
Yeah,
comes in and plays himself alongside Silent Bob, but he plays like this supposedly, exaggerated asshole version of himself, like a lot of times, they do in these movies.
Yeah, so he's become that version.
But
of
he's pretty
himself.
much become that now. Like, that's the sad part. But then again, I don't know. I still have yet to find out what he did or what I did or who talked to him or whatever happened that he unblocked me. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what Brian Bart said. Still don't like Kevin Smith, the MOT, Master of the Universe teaser, probably opened doors.
Well, in some cases, it might even help make his show better from the looks of it.
I'm not excited myself. But okay, run Tom's alignment there, and
Well, it did a favor for your.
It did, but didn't.
Didn't
Because now
but-
you're just gonna go Greg now. So yeah.
yeah. So where do I want to go off of that?
Well,
at least the show won't be too long.
that was where it got screwed up because Greg was supposed to jump off of there. Because he said that Goodfellas kind of ties in with his next pick. So
I don't know if I should do that one or this. I think I'll just do the. I'll do the Stephen King one. Get it out of the way real quick. Since we're talking about otherworldly things and everything,
right?
So I've watched another Stephen King thing, guys. Whatever. I watched The Langoliers, but this is a whole set. It's got The Stand, Langoliers, Golden Years, Dead Zone, Pet Cemetery, Silver Bullet, and Graveyard Shift. These are all DVDs, but most of these I have on Blu-ray or 4K now, except The Langoliers because it's only on DVD. So I watched The Langoliers, Stephen King miniseries.
You know what's funny? I've only seen one of those movies.
Now who's the rookie?
I'm sorry.
This is actually good. I mean, if you don't like Blu-rays and 4Ks and everything, or you don't whatever, this is actually a really good set for fans if you want, because the DVDs don't look bad, but yeah, most of these outside of I think Golden Years and Langoliers all have Blu-rays or 4K, and I've upgraded them all. So there's that. But for anybody who don't know what The Langoliers is, so after the big hit of The Stand, Stephen King's The Stand on CBS, everybody was doing it and The Stand and all that. Everybody was doing them. So the guys that produced The Stand, their next thing was to do Stephen King's book, The Langoliers, which is funny, Tom. Which I wish I would have watched this when you did all the airport movies, because it's basically an airport movie, the airport disaster type movie, mixed in with a little Star Trek. That's what it's about. So it's about these group of passengers, various people's on this. They get on this plane and they're going to go fly to from LA to I think Colorado. Or where were they?
I don't remember this one very well for some reason.
Yeah, it's so funny because I was watching it and it's like an airport movie. Because I was going through my head in the Star Trek because they bring up a lot of references to Star Trek. So like they're flying to Boston. Yeah, that's right. They're going from Los Angeles to Boston, and during the flight, everybody disappears, all but like 10 people, and they have no clue what happened. And it's like this eerie feeling. There's nothing outside of the plane. Everything's weird. Everything seems like it's dead. So they end up flying to Bangor, Maine. And land there, and there's nothing there. It's all like gone, and like everything is just like, and it's just sets up this really, really great mystery of what's going, like this group of these people. Where the hell is everybody gone? Why is the air feel different? Why does the sound different? Why is everything like the food and everything and the lighters won't light? All that is like what's going on here. Sets up great mystery of this, and I keep bringing up like the Star Trek thing because you can clearly tell that Stephen King, from what I understand, this is a pretty faithful adaptation. Almost some of the lines are word for word from the book.
Is this the one with the weird creature that comes after Balky?
Yes. And yes, Balky, what's his name?
Speaking of bad CGI. Yeah.
Yes. And I was going to get to that too, because Russell Pitchford is in this movie. He fucking chooses scenery. He's awesome in this movie, right? He's like every time he's on scene, you want to see more of him as like this villain.
I don't understand why he doesn't work more.
I don't either.
Really don't.
I don't either. Maybe he's difficult or something.
Him and Fisher Stevens are really weird about that. Like they're two guys that I don't understand that seem very popular. They seem like actors, but they don't seem like they're in movies all that often, or they don't get offered movies that often.
It's weird. Because like he stills this movie. He literally stills this movie, and it's got a decent cast. It's got Dean Stockwell's in it, who plays Dean Stockwell's playing Stephen King. Plain and simple. Because like how most Stephen King books and movies and shows and stuff like is, oh, he used to be a high school teacher and now he's a novelist. That's like every Stephen King main character in this movie. And from what I understand, the book too is that because the character's pretty same as I was watching it, it's legitimately he's Stephen King. Dean Stockwell plays it because he's like, I'm a mystery writer, and he's like coming up with these scenarios of what they're going through and how they're going through. But he's like, but no, that can't work. So it's like literally Stephen King working out the plot of the story as himself in the story. That's who it is. It's straight up that. What's his name? Isn't it David Morse? I believe his name. Who's also in, I believe he's in the Green Mile. What is his name? Let me make sure I'm saying his name right. I think that's his name, David Morse or whatever. But no, like yeah, he's in the Green Mile too, I believe. But it's these group of people, and there's a little girl who essentially has The Shining in the movie. Her name's Diana. She's blind and she can sense things and read people's minds. So she essentially has The Shining in the movie, and she has this great back and forth with Bronson Pinchot's character. Now, what makes this movie so famous, what so many people, as Tom was mentioning earlier, what makes this so famous is like the really, really bad CGI creatures that kinds of runs the movie, right? Because it's such a great setup and execution of this movie and this book and the mystery that's around it. So when you find out what I don't know if I should spoil the mystery for people or not, but once you find out what the mystery is and what these things are, where they're at and everything, and you see the things that they call the Langoliers, it kind of ruins it. Because like it's a little bit of a letdown, but the CGI is so bad on these like little creatures, things that eat these things. And what's funny was because I was looking into it and everything, it said Stephen King was very disappointed with the reveal of it and of what the true form of it was in the movie in the 90s miniseries. He was very disappointed, and he didn't want to have that happen again in the Langoliers. So he was very hands-on the big reveal of the Langoliers in the Langoliers, and he approved what we saw in the movie, which is really, really bad. Which is like, come on, dude. First, you think The Shining is awful, and so you like your '90s TV version better, and like people love the '90s It miniseries. Yeah, maybe the reveal wasn't the greatest. It's not, it was a '90s TV miniseries, but you're gonna say like your CGI monsters are better revealed than, oh my god, dude. Like I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what his deal is. But yeah, that's it. I watched that. It's directed by Tom Holland too, by the way. Tom Holland wrote and directed this version.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so because I didn't even realize that he did, actually in the beginning of the movie you see him, he has a cameo, and I'm like, holy shit, it's Tom Holland. And then I was watching it, it said directed and written by Tom Holland. I was like, oh, how did I not remember Tom Holland wrote and directed this? And he did it before he did Thinner, I believe, because he also did Thinner. No, not Tom Holland, the actor, Brian.
I bit my tongue on that joke.
Yeah, it's Tom Holland.
I thought Rookie was gonna say that shit.
I was gonna, but I was like, no, I know. I
was like, when's Rookie gonna pull a Rookie?
Some are too obvious to be fun, So I let it slide. Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, no, granted, it doesn't go along with Dogma and all that, but because it's with heaven and hell, but it is this otherworldly type scenario where these people on this plane are stuck in. And that's what I was reading is like another bad take for King is like, yeah, he wasn't really hands-on this movie, like because they said when he did, because the same people that produced The Stand produced this, he was like, they said he was on the set of The Stand every day when they were filming that, and then in this he wasn't. He just gave a few notes and he wanted to be involved in the reveal of the creatures at the end of the movie. Of course, he thinks those are better than the reveal of It in the movie It. But what can I say? But I don't know if any of you guys want me to spoil what happened to these people, what the big question is to the mystery. I don't know if you guys want me to spoil that or not.
I mean,
really it did come out in the 90s. So.
I've seen it, or I know what the spoiler is. So whatever, I don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, so like. The people in the plane, they travel through like these Northern Lights type, Aurora Borealis type thing. And when they did that, they time traveled. They went to the past. And in the past, everything's moved on forward to the future. So that's why everything is like not working and everything.
When you say like the past, you mean like 5 minutes behind everyone else or something? Like,
no, and
right?
it's like a day or something.
Or a day, right?
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, sweet. You got his autograph? Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. That's awesome. But no, it's like the past. It's like a day or two. Actually, it might be a couple days in the past. And so the Langoliers are these creatures that eat up the past. They're eating it away. And so you move on to the next day. So that's what it is. Oh, look at these motherfuckers out here. Tom Holland Fright Night. You mother.
I met him at Horror Hound once.
Nice.
Same like, what was it? Same day or season I met Robert Englund as well.
I didn't actually get to meet him. I got that. I ordered it with the book, the Child's Play book that he did.
Because he's got that on the store where he does that. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I signed the book too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw Tom bring that. I'm like, oh yeah, I got something signed from Tom Holland too. Let me get that.
You guys, Rookie Man had to make the joke, or somebody was going to make the Tom Holland
joke. Brian Barth did that.
You guys are bitches, man. Okay, that's really all I got to say.
He directed that before he was even born.
It was before he was born. His spidey sense is
a little baby.
But no, I actually enjoyed the Langoliers for all its cheesiness, badness, because there's something fun about it. No, it's not as good as it. It's not as good as The Stand. It's not as good as other TV movies. It's not as good as Sometimes They Come Back. But it has its moments. It has a great cast. It has a great mystery at the plot of it. Up until the big reveal, Bronson Pinchot is just like mesmerizing as the villain of the movie, and what he goes through. It's incredible. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got to say about that. So let's get to you for your final pick of the night.
All right. This one might be a slightly more controversial movie. Some people like it.
He does Dallas too.
Oh my god, you're funny. No, this is a movie that came out last year, and I would say, I got to admit, even with the flaws of this movie, it gave us a banger fucking sequel that came out not that long ago.
Oh, I haven't seen it. You guys say the name. Some people are listening.
Yeah, 28 Years Later, which is obviously the sequel to the classic 28 Days Later with Cillian Murphy. Same creative team involved in it, which, was definitely kind of that was the hook that got me involved into like seeing this one. I saw it opening night, and I recently saw this a second time before I saw the new movie, and I'm like, yeah, that second half is a little more rough than I remembered. Fuck.
I haven't seen it, so
because like it was weird because like I remember getting off the movie and I was like, you know what, I like this, and then I heard like some people saying it was like not good, and I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, there were a couple of weird things in it, but I didn't think it was that bad. And then I rewatched and I'm like, oh, okay, I see some of the problems with it, but I mean, I didn't think it was like the worst fucking thing ever, like some other people said. But I was like, you know what? Because, okay, if you don't know the story, like it doesn't have anything really involved to do with like the very first movie, because it's obviously
28 years later.
Yes. So it obviously takes place like 28 years later, and it's a whole new, like a whole new story. Like what was it? Like Aaron Taylor Johnson, Jodie Comer, they're a married couple. They live in this village with their son, Spike, who Spike is the main character. Sorry, my camera is fucking weird. I might as well just take it off. Spike's the little boy played by Alfie Williams, who I think like is really fucking good. It's like that was kind of like the glue of the movie for me. I'm like, the kid's really good. He's acting the way he should. I thought 20 was fine. I gave it. Yeah, it's funny you say that. I gave it a 4 out of 5 originally, and now I gave it a 3 out of 5. But I do want to talk a little bit about the Bone Temple next, though. I will get to that but this new one, like the first half I think is fantastic. The first half is Aaron Taylor Johnson takes his son Spike to go outside of the village and kill some zombies. He's ready to go out and you know kill the infected, I should say. And a lot of that stuff's great. Like I love the father son bonding stuff. Like all that's great. And then later you kind of get to the part in the middle where you find out he is cheating on another woman, and Spike finds out and he's like miserable about it, which I'm like, okay, like this is interesting. I get it, because Jodie Comer's character is like very sick. She's not well, and they don't know, like, and Spike asks another guy, like talks to somebody, and he tells him about this story about a guy named Dr. Ian Kelson, who is played by Ray Fiennes. Spike wants to go out and find that person to get his mom a cure. Aaron Taylor Johnson's character is like, tells him like, hey, like there's no cure, there's none of that bullshit or whatever. And then, Spike is like very much like, oh, I really want to help my mom. And he kind of like confronts his dad and is like, you want her to die, don't you, or something. And they have a whole argument on it and stuff. And then once that whole thing ends, without getting into too much spoilers, he gets his mom off the village to find a cure with her. And now I understand why some people don't like this movie, because it does sort of change gears into a different movie the second half. And one big takeaway is, holy fuck, it is so slow, the pacing wise. I'm like, okay, I don't remember this being that slow, and there's certain ideas that are played out in this that it would be hard to kind of explain. You would have to watch the movie, but like okay, like the mom is very sick. You see that throughout the whole thing, but as they're like sleeping at this one um what do you call it? They basically like find shelter at like a old place, and Spike has a dream that a zombie's coming after him, and somebody helps him out and saves him. And then you find out in another sort of flashback, the way it's done is the mom like takes down the zombie and it looks like she's okay, and you're kind of like, wait a minute, like, and they don't really get into that later on. And it's like that could have been an interesting enough idea if you like executed that better or like explained it somehow. But like, do you want me to get into spoilers? Do you care?
I don't care. I
Okay.
don't think I ever have any plan on watching it. I mean, I will probably watch it, but not anytime soon. I'm not.
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
know.
Because I'll say this, like, maybe wait till the very last one to come out to see if it's even worth it. Because I did like the second one a lot more. That, like most people, that's for damn sure. But the mom dies at
I
the
kind
very
of
end.
figured. I kind of figured the way that sounded. So,
Yeah, the mom dies because if we go forward, Spike and the mom, I forget the mom's name, but they meet up with Dr. Kelson, and before then they're chased by the Alpha, who is named Samson. That's the big like muscular dude and shit, and yeah, like he's that dude. If you've seen like pictures of him, so they try to escape him, and then Ray Fiennes shoots like a tranquilizer dart on him with like this pole stick thing
right.
that he does. And he's like trying to treat him. That was like one thing that some people were questioned by in the first movie, was like, why the hell didn't he just kill him? And it's like, well, he's a doctor and he clearly wants to like, study the infected and stuff, which I like. I'm like, that stuff is cool. It's interesting. You're kind of like, like, I like that they're like sort of building up to the stuff, even with some of the flaws that it had. I liked that stuff. And then even then, like even when they introduce the Bone Temple in this, it's like it does come across as like a little bit of nowhere, and it's a little weird. But then like the very end of this, you know, that like one thing that's missing in this that I kind of discovered is there should have been a B plot where this guy would like escape from the village to like, you know, get his son back and be like, hey, I actually want to be a good dad. Like, I fucked up bad. Like, let me go back out there. And you know, he doesn't try to go out of the village until he gets this note sent, and this baby that was birthed from his, that was another weird thing about this that I thought was interesting, but they don't talk about it too much after, is like this one infected woman is pregnant, and the mom helps the infected pregnant person get the baby out of her womb, and the baby doesn't look infected. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but that's kind of interesting, you know? Um, and Spike returns the baby back to the village and then just runs off and leaves a note saying like, yeah, I'm just gonna like go out here and kill some infected and shit and whatnot and just survive on my own. That's what Spike was doing. And then he ends up meeting the Jimmies, who Jack O'Connell plays like the main Jimmy, and then like every other crew member is named Jimmy, which, you know, the way they're introduced in the first one, I will say, is a little goofy. That was something that turned me off. Like other people, I'm like, okay, if the next movie is going to be like goofy and shit, where they're just, you know, doing this cowabunga, like flipping type bullshit that they do, I'm like, that's going to be weird. But no, in the follow up, it's like, no, they're fucking like evil as fuck. It's grim, like the way they're portrayed. They like cut people up and shit. Like, I mean, there's so much good shit in the sequel though that kind of makes me appreciate this one slightly more. And obviously in the Bone Temple, you know, you get more with Ray Fiennes' character, which is great, and then, you know, the Jimmies, the Jimmy crew, clan, or whatever they're called. Like you explore them a little bit more, and Spike's in the second one too, the new one, but you know, he's not like as much of a focus. So if you wanted more of that, it's not there. You're focused on Ian, Kelson, and Jimmy, the main Jimmy. It's like those two are the focus. And everybody knows this, but Jim is at the very end of the new one. Cillian Murphy's character.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy. Yeah.
And he's got a daughter who I'm pretty sure it's Naomi Harris's character's daughter with him. I'm pretty damn sure, but they don't mention her at all. But it's like her daughter's studying, and then like they what is it? The daughter's like, oh, I hear a noise, and then he's like, all right, remember what to do, and then he just gets out his gun and shit, and then he finds like Spike and one of the other young ones that was like one of the Jimmies that they escape at like the very end. It's like, and then they play the 28 Days like theme song, or the theme at the very end.
Yeah.
It's like that does give you fucking chills. I'm not gonna lie. Like I actually really like felt kind of excited. It's like, oh man, I hope they don't fuck up the next movie, because that's actually kind of hype. Like the way they ended it, I'm like, they got something good going, and I hope they don't fuck it up. I really, because the last one was really good, and I've heard some people like say to other people like, oh, you don't need to check out this in order to see the next one, but you kind of do, because this one and the new one were shot fairly close to each other, back and back. Like when this released in June of last year, the last one had already like been in post.
Yeah.
So they had planned like this to be a trilogy going forward. I think that was a lot of like miscommunication and stuff and all that, because The second one is a big improvement, but you do kind of need to see the first one in order to get to the second one.
I get you.
So yeah, it's like the first one, weird start, but you know, it gave us a great sequel, and I'm invested to see what happens next. I really am.
Cool. All right. Well, I don't have much to say on it. I haven't seen either one of them, and it's been I don't know how many years since I've even seen the originals. So
I mean, what was it like? And I've seen 28 Weeks once, but I didn't care for that one as much. I thought it was kind of a cash grab, and like the first like 5-10 minutes or whatever, like feel like it's part of that world, but after that, it kind of feels like its own thing.
So do these.
Yeah.
From you describing it, feels like they shouldn't even be called 28 years later. It should be called something completely different.
No. Well, they are tying. They did like I said, they are
eventually.
Eventually, but that was the plan the whole time. Like it's supposed to be different, but it's like
it takes 2 movies to get back to. Oh yeah, these are sequels to one movie that happened in 2000 something.
Yeah, I mean it is different, but it's like, but I still feel like it's part of that world in a similar sense, if that makes sense.
I get you. All right.
Weeks felt like its own thing.
Okay.
Completely. My opinion, but
I get you. All right. Tom, are you any other words, runner?
Man, Bryant Barth just asked me why it like cost a fortune. Well, I don't know why. I think it's a little ridiculous that it cost that much, even considering like I'd expect Danny Boyle of all people to be pretty good at budgeting, but at the same time, like the first one didn't do super well. I mean, the new one's not doing well at all, but you know, I think you know how Sony and Netflix have this deal where they get somewhat of a second, like, what do you call it? Like a second run type thing with their movies. So I think that'll help the next movie out, considering word of mouth. I think it'll be when more people see it, they'll be like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Cause yeah, I don't blame people. Like I didn't expect the new one to like do as well because of the reaction of the first one. Cause even I wasn't sure if I wanted to see the second one. I'm like, I'll wait for word of mouth if it's good. Plus, you know, and I gotta give credit to Nia DaCosta. She did a good job directing the new one.
Okay.
Which you know, she came off of doing the Marvels and
the Marvels, all that, yeah.
But yeah, good redemption, good choice on her part, and she did a good job.
All right. Okay, Tom, are you ready for your final pick of the night up there?
Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, running with the devil. Yeah, of course. So, this was kind of going along with my last one. I finally decided to give the Shout Factory, Scream Factory version of Little Nicky a spin, and I happen to have the old ass DVD. Speaking of menus that rock.
Nice.
The menus are probably better than the fucking movie itself. Because let's be real about this movie. It's okay, but I don't know if people agree with me or not. It's kind of the end of the OG Sandler era.
I'll agree with you on that.
It's kind of where we all realized, oh, he's just going to keep doing a voice, and that's the gimmick. Yeah. After Waterboy.
Yeah, I think Waterboy was his last like big
a deformation with a weird voice.
Yeah.
Now I got a weird face like this. No, but I mean, this movie has its moments. Don't get me wrong, but it also has some of the hallmarks to come of Sandler movies. So depending on where you fall in the range of Sandler, like, yeah, you either love or hate Little Nicky. or you're kind of like just like, yeah, it's all right. It's,
Hmm.
or you like me, kind of like where it's like, yeah, it's like one of the best of his last good movies, really.
Yeah.
I actually had a cool little. Speaking of McFarlane, and Spawn,
Mhm.
I had for the longest time until my kid got a hold of it and destroyed it. I had a McFarlane diorama of Little Nicky that
Oh,
had him
nice.
laying on the vent or the whatchamacallit, the radiator, not a vent.
Yeah, the radiator.
Radiator snoring and like having the little things coming out of him. And then on the other side of it is the door, and it has the dog with his leg up saying, "You like whatever the fuck it was in the movie. I like pissing." Yeah. Anyway, so like, yeah, it had that part, and my kid loved it because he had the dog pissing on it, so he took off with it one time, and yeah,
And
I
then you
never
lost
saw it again.
Oh,
But yeah,
kids will do
so
that.
Beefy or Meatball is his real name, is
Mhm.
Adam Sandler's dog, and I love that. That fucking dog makes the movie. I'll be honest with you. Between the dog and his roommate are the two things that probably make the movie funny as shit.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
cannot get away with half this shit anymore.
It's been a long time. When his roommate, the Alan, whatever, and he's a gay,
Closet
he's a
gay musical guy,
yeah,
who wants to kill his mother, basically, or
Yeah.
whatever. I've always wanted to kill somebody.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen Little Nicky. I do remember that was the moment, Little Nicky, when you watch it and you go, okay. I think it's worn off what Adam Sandler had in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some highlights, like Harvey Keitel as the devil's great.
Mhm.
Rodney Dangerfield as the original devil is great. The Ozzy
Yeah.
moments are great.
Yeah.
All the Sandler characters are pretty good. And that's the thing, is he's probably the worst character in the movie. Like,
Mhm.
he's kind of unlikable even in his... It just feels so forced. And like I said, we're kind of getting to that era of, okay, now Sandler, all he's going to do is keep doing these weird voices. He's got two characters. He's got weird voice or overly pissed man-child. That's basically what he had at that point, was his range. Like, and even people who are like, oh, but he was good in Uncut Gems and he's good in Punch Drunk Love and shit like that. I'm like, really, all he did in Punch Drunk Love is what he did in comedy, is just not being funny.
Yeah.
He screamed a lot. Like,
Yeah. It's true. And this is like kind of like the end of I want to say, like you're saying, this is kind of the end of like college Sandler. If you catch my drift. Because then he started doing things like Click and with the kid, I can't remember the name of the movie.
Anger Management. And,
Anger
well,
Management.
I mean, Big Daddy is probably...
great.
See, now that's like... That's kind of a movie that signifies the best of his second era.
Yeah, that's
would
where
say.
like he was no longer in college. He was grown up a little bit.
Right, growing up a little bit. You had Big Daddy. You had the remake one,
Oh yeah, Mr. Deeds, which is
Deeds,
funny.
which was not bad. Like, again, you have like, and those kind of movies are like, okay, so he's going to do this kind of movie now.
Mhm.
And then Billy
the other
Madison.
Well, Billy Madison was his earlier shit, right? Like I said, like he had the two kind of characters
I
before.
didn't
It's
know
either a
what era that
stupid
was.
voice or
I
an
gotcha.
overly annoyed man-child. Billy Madison falls in the overly annoyed man-child. Happy Gilmore falls into the overly annoyed man-child. Waterboy's a stupid voice. The only exception to these rules is probably his penultimate film of that era, which is The Wedding Singer. Because like I said, even if you don't really care for it, I think most people can agree it's probably his most ambitious / close to being an actual film with a dramatic story, a likable love story. It has that rom-com element of the 80s mixed with the aughts kind of going on, and it just kind of works for it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's really
But
good.
if you don't like it, I get it. But like, to me, that's probably the best representation of his earlier films. Then you get into his second era. His second era is probably best representation would probably be like 50 First Dates.
Oh yeah.
That or Big
I would
Daddy.
say he
Big Daddy or 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
The Longest Yard.
That's an
Good one.
oddball. That does fall into his remake category, and that is a good one.
Mhm.
So that's a good one too. So like, I mean, yeah, I guess you're probably right. That one,
Well, and that one he doesn't do weird voices or overly angry.
No,
He's actually
you're
kind
right.
of chill in that one.
but like with 50 First Dates, he's kind of tapped into this wedding singer thing where it's like, okay, I've got a third version of myself, or whatever you want to call it, fourth if you count the dramatic version, which I barely do. But look, credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Click is a weird one too, because Click is one of those movies that
That one has a lot of heart, but it's also really goofy.
It's a bad movie. And I'd say it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Why? Because I actually know what the original film was supposed to be. And that was a movie that was one of those famous unmade script for years. I think like Bill Murray and Jim Carrey and Robin Williams and so many other people were attached to that movie for years. And then just happened to fall in Sandler's lap. And to me, it just became more of an Adam Sandler movie.
Well,
than what the
you
original
look at a lot
movie
of
was
jokes
supposed to
in
be
that
about.
movie. You look at a lot of jokes in the movie, and then you get to the like end of the movie, and it's like, how is this in the same film?
But then the
Like
end of the second era is like Jack and Jill, right? Like that's the end of
when they
that
started
shit.
making like Jack and Jill stuff like
Well,
that.
Like
hold on,
that's
but
the end of
then-
that second era. Then you get to the
you-
Netflix era, which is his third era. But yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say, and then the Netflix one's probably inconsistent, maybe because he did one like a space one where it's like really chill, really serious, kind of. And
well, he's
I don't
done
know.
a few dramatic films, so like
I
it
was
falls
just-
in his.
I was just
his
gonna point that
category,
out.
yeah.
Like he's done a few like pretty good dramatic roles, like Uncut Gems, Punch Drunk Love.
That's
like,
why I give that as like a 3.4 characters is what he's got.
yeah.
Right, I'll give the 0.4 as his dramatic, which is
Which,
Like,
for
basically
an actor, I guess
like-
that's
like-
more than like The Rock and stuff. So that's like more impressive. So.
Well, like Adam Sandler in occasion will like work with like an auteur director if like they offer him a part that like just works well for him. Because speaking of Little Nicky, that's where Sandler met PTA, and he offered him the role of Punch Drunk Love, and it's like, hey, I wrote this part for you. Would you want to take the role? And then he did it.
Speaking of directors, my favorite bit in the movie is probably Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Oh, I've seen that. Clip.
You are making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's the blind preacher guy on there.
Yeah, I've seen that clip. That's
Yeah.
The spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
The end is near. We're all gonna
I
die.
can't believe you got Quentin Tarantino and Little Nicky.
but he couldn't get him in Inglourious Bastards.
No.
He tried. He tried. He was
tried.
supposed to play Eli Roth's character. Yeah.
Yeah, and instead he did funny people.
I'm gonna bash your head in with this baseball bat.
See,
Zippity-doo.
I call
I
it.
fucking hate Nazis.
I was gonna say, that would have been such a fun role for him. That
It
would've
would
been-
have. It would have been. It might have changed his career a little bit. Maybe he wouldn't be doing these Netflix movies.
Yeah.
No, I think Tarantino would have known what to do with him, but I think
yeah.
Sandler was smart to know that he is too big for that role.
Hmm.
What I mean is he would have been distracting, kind of like Mike Myers is kind of distracting in that movie.
Yeah.
I thought the story was he couldn't do it because he already he already signed on for the
That
role
could be too.
for funny people. Because
That could be too. And if that's the case, fuck, man, that sucks.
no, that's true. I think Bill Maher had both Tarantino and Judd Apatow like at like his bar, and they talked about that.
Fuck, Apatow, man, that movie. Oh shit.
Oh
Funny
yeah, that's
People.
that's the end of his era where he's like
I
Jack and
agree.
Jill, funny people, and all that, and that's killed.
Fucking Zohan and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
killed his
God.
theatrical career basically.
And I know some people like Zohan, but I found that
I couldn't
obnoxious
stand it. I
as
could not stand it.
That was the moment where I started disliking Sandler. I
Yeah.
would say that flat out was fucking Zohan. After seeing that movie, I'm like, fuck him.
Yeah, I couldn't
Like,
stand
I'm
it.
done with this shit.
Yeah, and then like I would call his Netflix era the I don't give a shit nostalgia.
That was the I don't give a shit era. Yeah. And so the Sony era was also part of that too, where I got with like grown-ups and shit. That was another one where I'm like, this is just ridiculous. Like Sony, how can you not see that all he's doing is getting you to pay for his friends to go on vacation? And then
Yeah,
a few
that-
years later, he's like, it's crazy. I got Sony to give me hundreds of millions of dollars to take my friends on vacation. Shibbity-doo.
That's pretty much all he does, guys. Like he doesn't care. So and he knows he's going to get the money he needs for the movie, and he knows he's bringing his friends along, and that's what he does.
Isn't that stupid? I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
the
not
funny
stupid.
thing
He
is,
knows what he's doing.
is how we're hearing more and more often now that he's actually kind of conservative. So
Mm. That's what I was just talking to my brother about the other day because he was talking about the Dana Carvey and David Spade podcast, and I'm like, isn't it funny that almost the entire '90s cast of Saturday Night Live are all pretty like based almost conservatives? I wouldn't quite call them conservatives. I would call them old school
for the
liberals.
most part,
Yeah, like classic liberals who would now be considered conservative in today's day and age.
Yeah.
I'll say this, like I wasn't gonna get into like that so much, but like when you see I've always thought Adam Sandler just seemed like the kind of guy, like whenever I hear him talk like in person, it's like he seems like the same guy. Like he doesn't get in any controversies and shit.
No,
He doesn't feel like he like sold his soul to the devil or anything. He's still kind of
Not
himself
really.
in a way.
No, I think
I respect that about him.
I will give him that. You're not wrong. Like as much as I disliked his second and third era,
Yeah.
and like he sold out, but not in the same way everybody else did. It's like in a sense of like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to keep doing what works. I'm not going to rock the boat.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going
respect
to,
that.
you know, I mean, he got married, he had kids, he kept his private life private. Like you don't see, I'm like, I think like maybe one of his kids is in the new Happy Gilmore movie, but isn't
I
that
think
like
all of his daughters.
I think all of them.
I think all of his
movies.
kids are something like that. Yeah, but like other than that, they weren't when they were little, from my knowledge.
No,
so, like,
not till like they got like.
Yeah, exactly. So like he kept all that stuff kind of, as it was. And I heard he was really conservative with his money even before I knew anything about his politics in general.
Mhm.
So as far as I know, he was banking a lot of this cash. So he's like one of the, he's pretty well off from my understanding.
Yeah.
And he doesn't spend a lot of money either from what I've heard. Like he has a few things that are kind of luxurious, but they're not what you'd expect. Like I guess he has his own basketball court, like built and stuff like that. But like, but other than that, like I guess he doesn't buy like a bunch of fancy clothes. He doesn't have a bunch of fancy vehicles or anything like that, from my understanding.
I mean,
like,
do you see I was gonna say, do you see the paparazzi photos of the way he dresses? Like,
that's what I've heard is, he's kind of conservative with the way how he lives his life, and he doesn't spend extravagantly like a lot of celebrities do.
I did hear excuses why he dresses like that. Because he did a thing, I can't remember who interviewed him, what he did. He said the reason he dresses like that is because back in the day when he was young, he would dress like that, and wear like the baggy clothes and all that and everything, because he actually had a body. He was actually pretty physically, he actually, was fit, really fit, and had abs and all that. And he said so he dressed like that kind of just to hide it. And he liked wearing them, and he said now he dresses like that because it's no longer, his body's not like that. So so he's covered up his body to cover up that. So that's why he dresses like that.
But yeah, speaking of his sequels, Little Nicky is supposed to be getting a sequel too.
Really?
Yes, after Happy Gilmore was a huge success.
I was gonna say it's gonna be a Netflix.
I guess maybe
film,
we should,
because that's the thing is Sandler made sure early on he was smart with Happy Madison Productions. He owns all these characters, is my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that's questionable, as far as I know, is Billy Madison.
Yeah.
But I think he still owns that too, because he came up with it all on his own, as far as I know. So
mm-hmm.
I think that's the initial launch of it all. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to keep. From what I understand, he said he did want to do, at one point in time, he does want to do an Adam Sandler universe movie where all of his characters are.
Well, wasn't Hubie Halloween almost that? From my understanding, I haven't seen it, but.
Yeah. After Hubie Halloween, I think that's when he said after he did that, which is, I think, was actually a really big movie for. I hate saying
that is one of his most popular ones. Yes, from my understanding.
For Netflix is one of his.
Because look, we can say whatever the fuck we want about him. There's a reason why Netflix gives him the amount of money they do,
and he's like the most watched.
He is, and that's why Happy Gilmore 2 is their biggest movie ever.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. People will watch it. They may. They kind of got to the point where it's like, oh, we're not watching him in theaters anymore. We don't like, we're not.
It's because the people in the Midwest love him. He's kind of like, have you ever seen Pauly Shore's Dead?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know how in that movie, like all the people that still know who he is are all these people. Like Adam Sandler's the same way. Like down home folks love those movies. They're easily accessible.
Yeah, people still talk about Son-in-Law to this day down here.
But yeah, it's the same kind of thing, right? Like Adam Sandler plays to that same fucking audience, and that's part of the joke in that movie. And that's where, Pauly makes the joke of like, I'm the same as you. Why does everybody hate me, but they love you? And he's like, I don't know, jibbity doo, because he does the voice. He didn't even show up for him, but like, he does the voice of Adam Sandler God.
I have not seen Little Nicky in years. I just remember just not being
It's got its moments, like
Yeah.
Tithead, Rodney Danger. All of Rodney's shit's
that
great.
stuff like that is great.
John Lovitz is fucking great in it.
Yeah, where he's keeping Tom. Get out of the way, kid.
Hello.
No, it does have its moments, but I remember watching this was like, I knew when I was watching this, like, this isn't as good as Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, or The Water Boy.
The plot is so water thin. That's the problem. It's more of a concept than a plot, right? It's more like Adam Sandler's like, I want to make a movie about the son of the devil. But the funny part is he's not really that evil. Right? Like, that's the gimmick. Mm-hmm. Okay, but how do you frame a story around that? It is the most loosely framed story. It doesn't work. Yeah, it works for a Sandler film. It is very Adam Sandler. Right, like it's borderline satirical, like it's almost getting to that point of, and this is why I say it's the end of that era, where it's like getting to that point of ridiculousness, to the point where we get to Jack and Jill.
Yeah,
and what I say about Jack and Jill time and time again, bringing up funny people, is the first time I saw the trailer for Jack and Jill, I shit you not, I thought it was an outtake from Funny People. It was that ridiculous.
It feels like one of those fake trailers from Tropic Thunder.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you've seen Funny People, they do a bunch of these fake things in the movie, like posters and stuff of Adam Sandler, because he's playing an Adam Sandler-like character. Right. Yeah. Right. And so he has like a movie where he's a baby and he's like got his head's on a baby and some other stuff like that. And when I saw this trailer for Jack and Jill, I'm like, is this an outtake from Funny People? I'm like, this cannot be a real movie.
And they even got Al Pacino in it.
He even regrets that from what I've heard.
He was broke. He needed the money.
That's funny.
I had to pay some alimony.
What I was reading is his accountant screwed him over some money or something. So he took on.
I think there was a bunch of celebrities that got fucked over in that deal, if I remember right. Yeah,
he needed money, and so he took on the job for Jack and Jill. So that's why he took it, because he needed money. David Spade and what's his name, as I just mentioned, Dana Carvey, do a podcast together.
Rob Schneider still does comedy.
Rob Schneider is touring around. Matter of fact, he was just here in Cincinnati not too long ago, and Adam Sandler was there with him. So about a few months ago. So yeah, he did a show there. That's what they do. Of course,
you can do it.
You can do it. Rob Schneider
bite his freaking head off, Ozzy.
Yeah. So Ozzy Osbourne. All right.
Blizzard always came direct with his message. But check this. That's probably the best joke in the whole movie, which they gave away in the trailers. Yeah. When he goes in Chicago, and then he plays it backwards, and you will worship Satan, and blah blah blah. It's like
yeah. Popeye's chicken is the shiznit. Yeah. I remember that.
It has some dumb elements to it though too that are just like and they did not age well, a little cringe. Yeah. Now the thing is with the look of this film, this is a 2K scan from the Interpositive according to the back. I'm pretty sure it's probably a 4K scan, knowing Warner Brothers.
Probably
because it looks good. It looks amazing. I'm like, if I didn't know it was from the Interpositive, I would have thought it was from the negative. And there's not as many CGI. I mean, there's some, but they're not as bad. Speaking of age-wise, like watching this in comparison, of course, these are supposed to be a little more cartoony, so that helps. But I thought the effects in this were way better than like Spawn and some of the other CGI films of this era. But it works for the movie being goofier too. So
yeah,
all the same studio too.
Yeah.
This is true. With only a couple years apart.
It's very true. As far as I know, Brian Barth, yes, he's still friends. And speaking of which, I heard there was supposed to be Grown Ups Part 3. So I did hear there was supposed to be a third one.
Of course.
That one I did hear about. I didn't hear about Little Nookie 2, but I did hear there was supposed to be a Grown Ups Part 3.
You got to finish the trilogy.
Yeah. And which is so funny is like Grown Ups 2 was Adam Sandler's very first sequel ever.
Yeah.
And now look where we're at.
Yeah, when he's done a couple of those movies with Jennifer Aniston that have sequels now. And,
yeah.
But like after the success of Happy Gilmore 2, yeah, I heard they were going forward with Little Nicky 2. I heard something about Billy Madison 2 possibly, but Little Nicky 2 was definite. So yeah.
Go figure.
Which, I mean, of all of them that probably could spawn a sequel, I guess it would be that one, and the kid would be an adult now, so it'd be, you know.
It wouldn't surprise me if somehow he found a way to turn the kid into his daughter and have his daughter play it. So, who knows?
Yeah, that's the weird thing is it's a son in the.
Yeah, it's a son in Little Nicky. That's what I say. All right. Well, any final words on that?
Oh yeah, one other thing I forgot about the music video thing. Again, that's the only thing that didn't get carried over besides the cool menus is no new special features, and they don't get the School of Hard Knocks music video.
That's crazy.
Along with the DVD ROM stuff, of course, as well, which has a script to screen and some other cool stuff.
That's what sucks is like the music rights suck so bad. It ruins so many things sometimes. With like,
I wonder if some of them just figure out you can go on YouTube and watch the music video if you want to, maybe.
Yeah.
But to me, it really bothers me as a movie fan because that's one thing I feel like the EPK and the music videos, all that shit should come.
Yes. I agree with you because that's like what you remember, right? You when those movies would come back out in a day, you would either watch like the HBO or Comedy Central making of or whatever whoever had the making of, and then you would wait for watch MTV and watch the music videos because you were like, oh, you're going to see clips of the movie in the music video and everything, and so like it all worked together back in the day.
Well, and this also comes from that era where they started, you know, like especially during and Ninja Turtles is also part of that too, where they actually had like the actors or in the case of the Turtles and certain other things in the music videos and not just scenes from the film, but actually have them in the music video. Yep. Like Meatballs in the music video, and they have this whole thing of like, you know, the cats and the dogs versing each other. Like, you know, and of course there's clips from the movie, but like I think they have a couple of the other actors in the music video too, but like not Sandler, of course. But, but this is one of his better soundtracks as far as the film goes. And I don't remember exactly all the songs that made it to the soundtrack itself, but you know, you got a lot of cool songs on the soundtrack between, you know, Ozzy and Van Halen and, you know, Power Man 5000 and
nice.
All that shit. So, yeah.
Great. I miss those days of soundtracks like that and stuff. All right. Well, I guess we'll move on to my final pick of the night. We managed to go longer than I anticipated. I can't believe Rook's still here.
A little bit. Yeah. That's probably because you had these, runners showed up late.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I have a movie that's pure toxic masculinity, and that is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, starring Mickey Rourke and Don Johnson.
And the what man?
Harley Davidson and the
Marlboro Man. You know what's funny
Man.
is I've seen this movie like 3 times, and I still don't remember it.
You said the Marlord?
Marlboro Man.
I've never heard of this movie. Like,
I love this movie. I love this movie. I think it's really good.
This was a video store classic, yeah.
Yeah, this is a video store classic. This is funny. It takes place in the far off future of 1996. It takes place in the future of 1996. And you wouldn't even know. You could watch this movie and not even know it's in the future. Because that is one thing they actually nailed is nothing fucking changed. You know, in the future, it was released in 1991. I want to say 91. Yeah, 91. It was made in 91, but it takes place in 1996. There, except for maybe a few different things here and there, you would never know it's in the future. So, what is this movie about? So, you know, it's Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Mickey Rourke plays Harley Davidson. Don Johnson plays Marlboro Man. Of course, they're sort of like their characters. That's not their real names, but that's what they go by. So Mickey Rourke is this cool guy. He's got the Harley Davidson motorcycle, the jacket, the leather jacket, and everything. He's kind of like this drifter who can, just goes from place to place, picking up chicks and everything. He's cool. He's Mickey Rourke before Mickey Rourke went insane. Matter of fact, this might have been one of the times he was out of rehab or whatever. So he goes back to his old haunting ground in California, and he meets up with his old buddy Marlboro Man, who's like a cowboy, and they go to this bar they hang out at all the time, and it's their favorite bar they grew up with and everything, and it's going to be lost, and so they decide to rob a bank to pay for so they can pay the guy that runs the bar to keep it, because it's their best friend. I don't know what's going on with the rookie there. It's good.
Did he leave or did you kick him out?
I didn't kick him out. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, okay. Something
So-
must be going on.
Yeah, so like the most futuristic things in this from like 1996 is like there's a new designer drug that's blue and it's called crystal something, which might as well be crystal meth, to be honest with you. And this banking guy, played by Tom Sizemore, is controlling the drug trade, and they end up stealing the drugs from him and thinking it's money, and so he sends his goons after him to get it all back and everything. Yeah, it's called Crystal Dream. That's what it's called. Yeah, and that's one of the lines in the movie. It's better to be dead and cool and than alive and uncool. So that's what they do. But no, it's like an old school toxic masculinity type of movie where and that is something else they do sort of get right in this movie is like these two guys are a dying breed. There's like not guys like this anymore, where they're tough. They're rugged guys who kick ass, who shoot guns, and they'll lay down their lives for their friends. They're dudes or men. They'll sleep with women and shit. And but they're like a dying breed because men of the future are not like that anymore. They're not dudes. They're not like men like that anymore. So it's kind of like that. You really should have to see the movie to know the full context of the movie and everything. Because, I could describe it like I describe it. It sounds like just a generic action flick, which it kind of is. It kind of is, but it's also there's something special about it. With like the performances from Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke really lend this because like they're really good actors. They're not they're not like Van Damme or Steven Seagal.
No, for sure.
Like these guys are like they're really, really good actors, and they're also really, really good at playing kick-ass guys who can just beat the shit out of you as well, but also can still take a whooping if and they're not always going to win. But it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. I think you give it a look. It's a video, like Tom said. It's a video store classic. It's nothing that's going to set the world on fire, but not like Demolition Man or something like that. But it's just a good flick, just a really good flick, as far as I'm concerned. I had a good time watching it. It's just one of those movies. It's like a popcorn film, and you sit back and you relax and have a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, just got out Avatar 3. Do yourself a favor, watch this instead of Avatar. But no, I mean, yeah, I figured I thought maybe Tom had seen it, but which he has, but I knew I would be the only one that really saw this and everything. I just had a hankering for this movie. So it's a good movie. But yeah, check it out. Dude, Vanessa Williams makes a small appearance in this movie and everything. This came from Shout Factory. Nothing really on it. Speaking of Shout Factory just has an old speaking of which, it just has an old EPK on it from back in the day. That's it. Hope Brooke is all right. I'm sure he's fine. His cat probably grabbed his phone or something. So, all right, guys, that's really all I got for you. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Runner. Thanks, everybody out in the chat. Appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had fun tonight and enjoyed some physical media. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.